Okay, so hello. Is this working? It's not working. Well, hey, this is this is D&D, not Fortnite Starbit. I just realized that with Chatty, which is what I use to update the stuff, I don't actually have the ability to update the go live notification on mobile. Changed that so now it's nice and generic. Basically, we're going to jump out of planes and hit orcs. So, something like that, I guess. So, yeah, no, absolutely. I already decided I want to write a pirate RPG type thing. Because I know I realized I would love to make Jack Sparrow as a D&D character. And I think Cookie Mama, you mentioned, what was it? Drunken. Yeah, I was thinking this. There's swashbuckler rogue, duh, right? But then I was like, see, he doesn't fight very well. They can't hear you guys? All right, let me fix that then.
Yeah, just don't fix it so we're blowing out your eardrums.
Oh, come on, we can blow out Starfist's eardrums.
I'm talking about Aerotar's eardrums.
There we go. Can you hear now, Starbit? Hopefully everybody's balanced all right.
Can you hear me now?
I would say blood should flow, and preferably from your ears.
Yeah.
You
Hopefully it's all right.
You hear us now,
Cookie Mama's a wee bit quiet. Let me fix you there.
For me too.
I
Can you maybe
apologize.
turn your...
Boom.
I could,
There we go.
Can you hear
where is it? Okay.
I didn't think to do a sound check recording. Oops.
Sound check. 1, 2.
Check 1 2 5.
One,
Check 1 2
two.
5.
Yep, seems to be working.
Yeah, we should be good.
Much better. Okay.
But I realized Jack Sparrow doesn't really fight very well. Well, no, he can fight all right, but not very often. So I was like, I feel like a bard would fit better. Except you'd have to be very careful about the spells you pick. Like, not just Firebolt. Like, I don't even think it's a bard one. But, like, Suggestion, Vicious Mockery, stuff like that would be... Like, you scurvy wankers will terrible things and terrible people, and you'll deserve to have horrible things happen to you. Roll a d4, So, yeah,
Stuff like that.
It would be fun.
Could be
Anyways,
very cool.
that's very different than what we're currently doing. Which is taking on the evil Barber of Silverymoon. Currently, when last we met our heroes, this party of 4 people had come to the city of Silverymoon and had come across some rumors and strange things, specifically hair, and people with strange haircuts, wildish, outlandish things that nobody really had ever seen before. And that's all right, except that these people had no memory of it. None whatsoever. So our heroes decided to undertake an investigation into the 2 of the barbers in town. One of them was mostly just incompetent, but the other seems to have been some sort of hair construct type thing. Kind of hard to figure that out. Investigation furthered. There's a good Jug the barber and a bad Jug the barber. And under Jug the barber's house is a cellar that had been turned to nefarious purposes. They've come down here and killed off some Zvarts and a red cap, and they're currently using said red cap to test some of the equipment down here. There's a hair washing station, there's some dentistry equipment, and there's a couple doors that have not yet been explored. There's heads that are remarkably lifelike, that are around the room with all sorts of crazy hairstyles and wigs on them, and 2 doors. One kind of ahead, one off to the left. The one ahead has some hair coming out from underneath it. And the most noticeable feature of the room is what looks to be sort of like an oven with a hair attachment to it. They tested first dry. Pretty simple enough. It dried some of its hair. There are 3 other settings: dry, wipe, bake, and burn. They've tried dry. They've tried burn. It was a gout of flame, about just engulfing the chair underneath it. We know what that does now. They've not tried bake yet, but they tried wipe, and they tried wipe on one of their own.
Well, to be fair, we first tested on the dead goblin, and it didn't do anything. So
This is true. This is true.
And to be fair, some of us did say this was a bad idea.
Yes. The Olgin has been the guinea hair pig the entire time for this entire adventure. Early on, he got himself a blue bowl cut that was remarkably unattractive. Later on, he was the guinea pig for a evil comb of sorts.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
forgot about it. One.
And the mask of hideous laughter.
Yes. That's
Oh
true.
yes.
Yeah. So he's been the guinea pig throughout for a couple things. So currently, his hair is kind of almost animated itself. It's like a slight breeze is blowing through it all the time. Anyways, and then his brain seems now to be wiped. As you click
We
this
don't know.
wipe, warm air comes out, and you see Olgin's face go from
Should we make a spot check or something to actually notice that? Because it doesn't
You-
look much different.
Well, Olgin, you forget everything that's happened since you entered the city. Last you
Right,
knew,
so
you were on your way to Silverymoon, to whatever you were there. And you wake up, you find yourself in a room surrounded with dead little blue people, the charred skeleton of something else, your friends surrounding you, looking at you expectantly.
Where are we?
Yeah. Do you want the real version of the story or the short, happy version of the story?
We won.
So far.
We won thus far. We're investigating a thing.
Did I kill the dragon?
No dragon yet.
Oh, yet? Oh, okay.
We didn't know.
I'll hop out of the chair and grab my flail.
So,
You're like, business as usual.
Ogan, how many fingers am I holding up?
More than 2.
He's okay.
One, too many.
Yeah, I mean, he's okay. Nothing much different so far.
Okay.
So, do we still have some? We still have some bad guys around, right?
Yeah, they're small. Like
Good enough.
Svarts are smaller than a gnome, probably. Maybe 2 feet tall tops. You'd have to like kind of strap
Stack
it
them
to
up
the
on
chair.
each other.
And they don't really have much of anything resembling like
Where?
useful hair.
Oh, I don't care. I just want to try. I just want to try a bake.
Okay.
At least
Not
if you guys are up
on
for it.
me.
Why not?
Because I don't do that sort of thing. I don't need to get baked. I'm already missing enough brain cells.
Why
Okay,
am I seeing
as
an
a
iguana?
reward, I hand him my flask of gut shaker and let him take a good nice drag off of it.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Do I need to make a constitution save or something?
I think you've already been baked.
Wow. Okay.
And
So
we started.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna try to stack up Zvarts and bake them, or what's the plan here?
For science. I mean, we've tried them. We've wiped someone. We
Okay.
burned them.
While the necromancer goes about his normal daily routine.
Hey, I just saying, I'm pretty much like Ogun. I deal in death and that stuff. Just, he's a supplier.
Right.
I find it hilarious.
I provide the raw materials. He,
I find it
It's a whole
hilarious that the voice of reason in this group is the drow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, are you guys doing that, or are you just going to move on here?
I actually say we take a short rest
We
just
did,
to catch our breath.
Yeah.
didn't we
Well,
take a short
It
rest?
takes, well, actually, hang on. Yeah, it takes an hour for Olgan actually to kind of snap out of this trance before he kind of becomes aware of what's around him. So the rest of you can take a short rest in that time.
Cool.
I don't know if that counts as a short rest for Olgan, but, it's whatever. If
well,
you
he's
want.
not doing anything.
Well, you're the DM, so it's
Yeah,
up to
if
you.
you need it, go ahead and take it. So
No,
short rest
last
as
time
We
you
did a
guys-
short rest
Call.
before we went.
Yeah.
So we did
Yeah.
another
Yes,
Yeah.
No, we
as I
didn't.
recall,
Yeah, we did.
we
we
ended
ended
up at
on
full
short
health.
Yeah,
rest.
we did.
I think you did end with a short rest there.
Right.
It's been a while.
Okay.
So,
I think it was after you got booted off the call, love. That's why.
Okay, because I was not told about that, so.
Yeah.
But yes, we did take a short rest.
okay. So what's the plan? Are you guys going to try to bake some dead Svarts, or are you going to move on to whatever's left in this room?
I vote we move on.
All for bit.
Second?
I'm torn because I'm interested to see. I can't
Yes.
idea, but I'm a scholar. I've got to know what happens, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm like science.
Okay. So while Danier
Pointing at the
and
dragon.
Carolina go about gathering and finding the most intact Svart to try and prop up here, Greylight, Olgan, what are the two of you doing? You see, to re-describe this room, it appears as though there are some kind of stations around. The hair washing station that you guys have already done with. By the way, is anybody keeping that evil comb?
We still have it, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know who has it.
I
How about
want
the
the
mask?
mask. I want
Right.
the mask because
Okay.
it's a free casting of Tattooed Sidious laughter.
Okay.
If you can get it on somebody's face, you're good.
Yeah. All right.
Go
So
for
you
it.
grab the laughter, the gas mask. Who has the evil comb?
I think I still have it because I combed
I think you combed it up and
Ugin
stuff.
with it.
Yeah.
But if someone else wants to have the evil comb, they
Okay.
can have it.
So the
Ooh.
you two of you have that. The place you've not really checked out too much. There's a dentistry, what appears to be like a dentistry section. There's some kind of machinery and teeth everywhere. You check the teeth out, lots of different types of teeth, and then there are a lot
Well, I
of.
thought I already
mannequin heads.
looked at them and identified all of them.
Yeah, you did identify the teeth. There's like a couple drills on the wall, looks like, and then there are mannequin heads. There's 2 tables. One's got 3 heads, one's got 4 heads, and there's 4 other heads on the wall next to a mirror and a door. And that door.
We
looks-
might have to have. Are they actual mannequin heads or are they preserved heads of other varieties?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Let me see. I have to remember what my investigation is. Oh yeah. Oops. Ah, that'll do.
They're severed heads that have been varnished, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Huh? Okay.
it's pretty grody.
We got the same thing almost.
Yeah.
Oh, Ugin. Ugh, that's disgusting.
Because I'm wondering if when we leave or whatever, if we come back up the stairs, if we need to have Jorb or whatever his name is identify them, see if they're local residents.
Maybe.
Juke?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jug.
Sorry.
No, no worries.
But yeah, these there are all sorts of crazy wild hairstyles. Some of which seem to be original hair, some of which appear to be wigs of various kinds. But yeah, it's kind of grody.
Well, we're gonna have to call the local authorities and let them know about this place anyway, so they can deal with
After we kill the dragon.
they can deal with informing the next of kin.
Aww.
I mean, we can, but we can also keep it to ourselves. I mean,
Aw, so cute.
a mind wiping.
No, you're not taking up residence here.
What? No, I was looking at the dragon. The dragon was.
No, I was talking to our inquisitive necromancer.
I mean, it could be useful to have a mind wiping device.
The two doors
Can I-
that are in this room that you see, one of them is next to all the mannequin heads, and you hear kind of like a faint noise from the other side of it every now and again, and then the other door is kind of on the other side of the room, kind of opposite the stairs, and that door actually has a long, thick strand of hair coming out from it, from underneath the door.
Okay, creepy door number 1 or creepy door number 2?
Yes.
I'm thinking 1, because if you can hear movement, that hair could be anything. But if
Well-
you can hear some sort of clickities, something's going on back there.
I was wondering though, is it just Ugin and Greylight who are looking, and are Irelina and I still
It's just Olga
setting
and
up a
Greylight.
bake?
Irelina,
Yeah,
Daener,
okay.
as you guys have, you stack
Oh, that's right.
you stack some Zvarts so that you can get like one on top, kind of with his head where it needs to be. There were only 4 in the room, so you pretty much just gather what's left of them and be like, awkward. You go to this thing, blow dryer.
Wait,
One more
no,
setting.
before we started, do they have hair, these guys?
Kind of. It's almost like a little bits of strands like on the sides, almost like a tonsure, but not
Good
quite.
enough.
Yeah.
Good
it
enough.
should
I
be
mean,
good enough.
we are doing this for science, right, Irelina? Question mark?
Yeah, we're doing this for science.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we
So do
should
you
have.
want to wash it? You want to wash this one's hair? Is that what you're saying?
We've done that with the other ones, so we know how well they dry, burn, or wipe. So we could just. We still have the bucket with some water in it. That's we had from Ugin. So we could just smash it over their heads if you want.
Okay.
You dump some
Okay.
water on the pile of Zvarts. It's
The druid
they
does not
were
approve
wet
of
already,
this.
probably from like lying in their own blood on the floor.
Well, there
now
was
it's
the
a
whole
little cleaner.
hair washing thing a couple of times.
Yeah. You turn the dial, hit the button. This one, the heat is noticeably more. It's like you can almost see the heat coming down on these things. And as they're sitting there, it only takes a few seconds, maybe 15 seconds or so. And you see their skin just bubble a little bit.
Ew.
Oh.
Glad I didn't let them bake
And
me.
the one on top kind of pops. The
Like
ones
a
underneath
microwave.
are just a little toasted, a little baked. It looks like it pretty much does what it says. It's not like that burst of flame, but it bakes them.
Easy bake oven for
Yeah.
yeah.
Easy bake, nice. Yeah.
So basically, like a microwave.
Yeah, or like an oven.
Yeah.
I look over and go, you have discovered decomposition. Let's go on.
The Greylight and Nulgin, you're at this door off to the left. You press your ear to it. Greylight and Ulgin, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Woo!
Okay.
Wow.
Oh wow.
You
Oh,
Oh Lord.
2 natural 20s. Wow. That's good.
what do you even do, right? Give me
There are
half-
bugs on the inside. You can hear them scritching, right?
Termites!
Yeah. You guys hear and actually can identify on the other side of the wall that there are some grunts. They're basically like large frogs. But they're
Froglogs.
it sounds like there's just a couple grung just
That yellow one is nasty.
I don't really have a way of showing this to everybody else, but it's a grung. I've decided how I'm gonna do this. Thinks I'm talking about grunge. I'm not talking about grunge, I'm talking about grung. Golly. Good enough. For folks in
Imagine,
the chat, those are what we're looking at. Basically.
Like red-eyed tree frogs with
Yeah, like little frog people.
whips.
Little
Yeah.
frog things.
Yeah,
So,
Froglogs from EverQuest.
You hear these on the other side of the wall. You can hear 3 of them, 3 different tones. Just Bud Whitezer on the other side of the door.
okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't those speak Undercommon?
I don't know. No. They speak grung.
Do you know what happens to a grung when it gets struck by a flail?
Same thing that happens to everything else.
Pretty much.
You hear these on the other side of the door.
Okay.
What are you doing, Tom?
Well, this should be interesting.
What do you guys do? You hear this hair dryer go on. You look across the room. This fart pops, and you're like, "Anyways, back to the door here."
All right. Well, they figured out an even more gross way of increasing the speed of decomposition.
I raise my
Um,
flail.
We're
Okay.
good like that.
Okay, you two finish playing with your toys so we can get on to things, or you guys could just keep playing with the dead?
I'm looking at Early now.
Talking to a necromancer.
Yes, I
done.
know.
I'm done.
Oh, wait, that's a good point.
You just got that.
Quickly checking my spells here. Oh.
Okay, now I can hear. So, are you guys opening the door? What's the decision here?
I'm raising my
necromancer's
flail in
not-
preparation for the door being opened for me.
Okay, Greylake, what are you doing?
I'm beckoning the two that are playing with their dead over here to join us so that we aren't outnumbered.
Okay.
And can I already use an action before that? Or a spell thing?
I mean, you can prepare something, yeah. Or
Yeah,
you
because-
can like cast a spell now if you wanted to. Yeah.
Yes, because I can technically raise one of those guys we just put on a chair. And I do know already that they heard someone or something behind there, right?
Yeah. As far as raising something, what spell is it that you have to raise? Or is it animate dead?
Yes, animate that. 3rd level necromancy spell.
Okay. You can use it
So-
for that.
I technically could use it and then just have him or her or it ready for when we potentially open door.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, so I cast it.
Okay.
Cookie, you've changed.
Gamer says, "Cookie, you've changed."
So,
The first public appearance of the dragon.
a zombie's fart.
But you are not allowed to attack the dragon. That is a friendly one.
Oh,
Ah,
I'm
humbug.
reading up on the spell here. Okay,
Yeah.
so you basically you raise this this Zvart
Mhm.
back to life.
cool.
It can't speak, but it can understand what you're saying. You now have kind of like a little undead blue thing running around with partially burned skin.
Oh my god.
D&D. All right.
Okay,
Go
so
over-
who's the drummer?
You guys go over to this door. Who's opening it? Or are you just gonna move on? What's the plan here?
My plan is whenever the door is open, I'm rushing through.
Okay,
I don't care who
That's-
opens the door.
Daniel, what are you doing?
Well, I just raised my minion, so I commanded to go to the door and stand in front of me, basically. Wait for a meat shield.
Okay, so you go like, hey, go in front.
Very short meat shield.
You could probably have it open the door too if you needed to.
Oh, that's a good plan. Does someone of you guys want to volunteer to open the door? If not, I can command him.
I'll open the door, then we'll send the meat shield and the meat head through simultaneously.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Then I'll close the door.
Okay, you open the door, Olgin, with your flail, you dash through. And the are you ordering your zombie fart to go through as well?
Yes, I'm ordering Tim to go.
Tim, you're like,
I told him Tim.
Alas, poor Tim, we knew thee well.
and the two of you run in and pull up short. Olgin, zombie Tim runs into the back of you because this room is very small. It's more of a closet than a room. And you see, like, immediately, as soon as this door opens, they start chittering and making all sorts of noise and racket. You see 3 grung in 3 bird cages, basically. 2 are hanging from the ceiling, one's on the floor off to the right. And this room seems to be a storage closet and experimental space for hair dye. There's a rainbow of colors across the wall.
Logan deflates.
Understandable. Most of them appear to be ordinary. Some of them have labels that catch your eye. You see on the table a notebook open with a pen laying next to it, and there's some writing in there. If Irelina wants to scientifically curiosity check that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you see some special dyes there. The notebook actually talks about experiments on these grung, trying to get dye from them. There's a blue, a green, and a purple grung here, and he's using some of the like by scraping their skin to get some of the mucus off. He's created some impressive dyes and dyes with interesting properties. He also writes about it's more of a journal than an actually like scientific notebook of experiments, but he talks about, there's a few entries about him trying to create the world's purest colors with a magical machine that he's invented, which is kept, he says, down below. It's kind of vague. Doesn't really give
Down
specifics
below
on it.
further.
Yeah.
Mm.
But his attempts is
So-
to create the world's purest colors using that machine.
I relay the information to them and I say, okay, so what do we want to do with these creatures? Do we let them out? Do we...
I'm casting.
Casting bones.
Nope.
That's my
Speak with
thing.
animals.
Oh.
Let me triple check here. Grung actually aren't beasts. They're a small humanoid species. Very frog-like, but they're frog people, basically.
Okay, I'm just
So-
trying to figure out what kind of communication.
If you don't speak Grung and have no way to, like, if you had message or no message is just you'd have to speak the sign language to actually be able to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really any way to communicate with these guys based on what I know.
Comprehend
of
languages.
Say again.
Comprehend languages if you have it.
Yeah.
Something like
Well,
that.
that's a wizard spell.
Yeah, and I don't have it. I don't have it. You'd think I would, but no. I went for fire.
It's all right. But these
I didn't have it
three
either.
these three Grung are still in their cages.
Well,
Okay.
let me see.
Can we do some sort of check on them and see if they are have been charmed to heck, or if they're under some weird spells or anything? Or
Detect magic.
Detect magic would do that. I don't know that any of y'all are.
yeah, I have detect magic.
Okay, detect magic would work for that.
Okay, so I'll detect magic then.
Okay. You cast detect magic. You see, the Grungs themselves don't appear to be any sort of magical aura about them. They seem to be just ordinary Grungs. Nice. Some of the dyes, though, do appear to have magic about them. All transmutation magic. There are 4 vials. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 11,
Bingo.
15, 20, a total of 20 vials. These are small vials, maybe about this big, that are each labeled with this little strip on them, each labeled differently. 4 of them are green and are labeled lift. 3 of them are blue and are labeled loud. 4 of them are purple dye and are labeled lush. Then you've got one of them looks empty, which is labeled invisible. And then 5 of them are actually labeled as remover. So you've got lift, loud, lush, invisible, and remover.
No ice, though.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
No ice.
Well, not that we know. Maybe one of them has ice as side effect.
But this would take forever. We need to figure out where this is going and,
Okay, well,
back to catalog all this or whatever. But yeah.
I look around and see if I can find what I believe to be the captive's food.
There doesn't appear to be any food.
We got somebody at the door.
Okay. You want me to get it?
Where I can.
Should I wait?
Yeah, just a moment,
Yeah.
please.
I'll wait.
Cookie, you're a scholarly type, right?
Yes, I am.
What would you say if you took one of each of the vials for later research purposes?
Oh, we'll come back and look at all of them and catalog all of them. I just don't want to do that right now because that would take a long time and we got to figure out what else is going on. I'm curious about that hair and why that hair is there.
Fair enough. What? So there
Golden
are
stalks.
5 different vials, right?
Mhm.
Or 4,
5 different types
4
of vials.
including your remover.
Yes.
So
Lift, loud, lush, invisible, and remover.
we've
5
got
different
4
types
people
of-
here.
There's a total of 20 different vials. But
So we've
there are
got-
5 types. Those are the ones that are magical. The rest don't appear to be magical at all. They're various different types of
Really?
color, basically.
Uh-huh.
I'll wait for them to come back in.
You told them no. Gotta love that.
Hi.
Alrighty, you back?
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
No worries. So,
Just when I hear banging right beside my head at the door.
That'll be like,
What?
so we've basically got 4 people
what?
and 4 potential files of stuff to do with
Me
hair.
too.
Let's look into this
Well,
later and
5
go after door
potential
number
files.
2, please.
say again?
Okay.
Let's look into all this later and go after door number 2.
Alright. As you approach this other door, you see a thick tangle of black hair coming out from underneath the door, reaching into this room. Reaching into the room where you guys are, out from underneath this door.
I'm going to pull out my scimitar and sever it.
Okay. You take out your scimitar. Immediately, the bit of hair that you do chop off, this is only about this long.
Only.
Yeah. Turns to metal.
About this long?
Yeah. It turns to metal. You pick it up, compare it to your scimitar. Same type of metal.
Oh.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Me too.
I've got a fun feeling about it. Imagine what we could do with this.
Thank you.
Do we happen to have a golden scimitar?
I don't think
How
that'd be-
about if we've got a torch and we just see if we set it on fire, what happens?
Okay.
Or,
good
you
to
know,
me.
I could just do burning hands.
Yeah, but that's a spell. We can just use a torch and not use a spell.
Yeah, there's that.
Cantrips.
Yeah, but if I send a fireball that way, that would probably destroy more than we want. Or potentially.
It's up to you what you guys
Is
wanna
there a
do.
torch on the wall or something I could just grab and put to the hair?
There's a couple lanterns that are hanging from the ceiling that are lit that you could light a torch from if you have a torch.
But one of us took the Explorer back for sure, so.
Take care, Lee.
Right? So,
Are you guys lighting up a torch and setting this thing on fire?
Yes,
Okay. You
if there's no objections.
hold
No
it up,
objections here, burn it.
lights up a little bit. You hold it up against this hair, and you see, as you watch, the hair actually moves a little bit on its own, coiling and squirming just a little bit, very slowly. And as you put this this torch up to it, it, almost in anticipation of the heat, kind of recoils away right before it hits. You smell singed hair. It doesn't like light up like that. It's a very slow smolder, and it doesn't catch easily. But hold it up for a
We
little
now
while.
know.
It burns a little bit, but it seems to the movement increases just enough so that you could look at it and see, oh, that's moving hair. With a little
We now
stumps that
know
left out
that-
from under the door.
Whatever this is, they do not use Aquanet.
We didn't find any Aquanet or any similar, barber saw maybe?
Nope. I mean, beyond those 5 vials that you found in the other room, you've not found any kind of like hair dye or hair gel or hair tonic or anything like that.
I was looking for anything with alcohol in it at the barber station.
You have your
The-
drink.
Yeah, not happening.
The smolder The
If I have to
smolder-
put up with all you day dwellers, I'm gonna have some of this.
The smoldering hair burns very slowly and starts to eat into the hair going underneath the door.
What is the door made out of?
Wood.
Wood. Okay.
It's not like on fire enough to light the door up, but
Okay.
We could have just lit the door on fire.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll
So,
open the door. Same positions as last time. Ready?
One question. Are we in time to just grab the hair and pull it? Like, basically tuck the hair?
the hair right now, like if here's the bottom of the door, here's the room that you guys are in. The hair is like burning just maybe half an inch, couple centimeters out, and it's burning.
Yeah,
underneath
not
the door.
enough,
So there's
okay.
not enough to like grab right now.
It's on
Okay,
fire.
never
Had
mind.
to have done it a little
You
earlier.
don't want to grab it while it's on fire.
Also that.
Okay, never mind.
So what do you guys
Okay,
do?
so same positions or?
Yeah.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like this, by the way.
You open the door, and the smell is starting to really fill and permeate the room as this hair is burning. It's like, I don't know if any of you have smelled burning hair. It's like that, but add
I have.
I have.
add like
Yeah.
a thick
I've
add like a
smelled
thick
my own.
damp smell on top of that at the
I-
same time.
Yeah,
that
I
is the
lit
same
my hair
smell.
on the. I lit my hair on fire with a candle once.
Ouch.
Same.
I've been on fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been fired at.
Well, let's
Anyway,
moving on.
I had
This area you actually see. Speaking of candles, this area, another small room is actually lit by a couple candles, and their shelves here do have various types of pomades, gels, hair oils, thickeners, things like that. Your detect magic is still up, and you see a couple different types here that do appear magical. The floor and ceiling are covered with this vine-like tangle of black hair that seem to all come together and extend along the floor down some rough-hewn stone stairs leading down and away on the other side of this room from you. This room is about maybe 10 feet by 10 feet. The three types of hair gel that you see that appear to be magical. One is labeled, there's three like little bottles of this. It's labeled for unruly hair.
That's mine.
One is labeled snake oil. Two are
Literal.
labeled permanent gel, lasts forever.
That's probably mine.
So, what are you guys doing?
Um,
As the smell of this wet burning hair is starting to fill this room, and
I go
Right.
grab the bucket
okay,
with the last of the water and douse the fire.
okay.
I look at my flail, look at the hair,
Smell starts to die down.
look at my flail, look at the hair, and think, flails are originally used for pounding wheat.
you start
I start flailing on the hair.
beating on this hair. A couple strands come off, but it's hair, not wheat. And you have a couple strands that come off and stick to your flail. It's sort of like, when you run one of those little spiky hair brushes through and it just gets like tangled with hair after a little bit. That's kind of
Or a
what
vacuum roller.
your flail is a little bit like that now, except the hair is metal. So you've got
So that should be good for like a +1 to damage, right?
probably not. It's not actually adding to damage, it's just adding to the grossness. Imagine if you could never get that out of your hairbrush, and that's basically life now. So,
Okay.
Yeah, you've got 4 unruly hair, snake oil, and permanent gel lasts forever, and those 3 appear to be
Okay.
magical.
Before we started on this whole business,
Yeah.
I went to the library and I looked up air creatures. Do I recognize this thing?
The hair,
The hair.
Yes.
I seem to remember you asking this actually last time too. It appears to be like it could be the same kind of color as the Korrid hair that you'd seen, like a dark gray, almost black. But the Korrid hair that you saw is not this long. That's for sure. We're talking 15, 20, 30 feet of hair strung throughout the room, covering it.
And
Imagine how big the
and
cord-
it doesn't have duplicator properties, right? Doesn't have copy properties, does it? That I know of.
That you know of.
That I know of.
No.
Yay. Okay.
Okay, so I should have. Let's see, yeah, I do have a called some sort of wizard staff kind of thing.
Yep.
So I put my staff in the middle of the hair. I twist a couple times around so it's just good stuck to it, and I give it a couple good tucks to see what happens if I pull it.
As you pull, you see the slack taken up by the strands going around. It's not attached to anything close to where you are. You're just kind of moving it around. It's heavy
Okay.
because of the amount that you've got on there, but it's not enough to tear it free from wherever it's launching. All this hair does seem to be coming from downstairs.
Okay.
So
I say we go down the stairs, probably.
I have an idea. This is
Okay.
going to be
Okay.
weird, but I do this every morning. I'm going to cast prestidigitation and braid the hair.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because there's so much of it, you'd have to kind of cast it a lot of time, and you're trying to work it throughout the room, and it tries to you'll braid little sections of it at a time, but it's hard to figure out where the end of it is. It's everywhere. It's by the time you're done, there's
It's a mess.
you know, like in Star Wars where Anakin has hair and they're just the one braid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. It's just like a bunch of little braids that are more like dreads, just hanging from various spots throughout it, maybe 15, 20 braids that from the strands that you were able to pull the ends out of at different spots. But it's pretty, I guess.
Okay, let's send the meat puppet down the stairs.
Okay, I'm getting ready to start to beat on the hair, and they're all like, "Go downstairs." No.
No,
Talk about Tim.
Not Tim.
Oh,
the
Tim.
zombie.
Okay.
Tim the zombie, not Ogun the Slayer.
So Tim goes first, and followed by Ogun, maybe? Knowing him.
Okay, Tim goes. If Tim starts heading down the stairs, Logan's like, okay.
As
Trot.
Tim starts going down, nothing. Trying taking a couple steps. The hair is a little hard to walk through. Elgin's like, all right. Walks down. As soon as you go into the entrance of the stairs, there's the mass of black hair just drops
Squeal!
on top of you. I'm gonna have y'all roll initiative.
Oh Lord.
Oh, fun.
We're doomed.
Yep.
Oh,
It's Dex, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Please do.
Yeah, but it's up there at the top in that box.
Oh, wow.
Okay, he's going first, right?
I'm going dead
I think
last.
I hope all my rolls are like this. So wait, does the hair only fall down on Ugin and Tim, or on all of us? Because where we are, the hair is all braided.
Right. The kind of mass going above and around the entrance that eventually kind of goes down the stairs drops down on top of Olgin first. So
And Tim.
let me ignore some stuff here. Those watching in the chat. All right. Olgin, what was your initiative roll here?
7.
7. Irelina was a
17.
17, which is nice. Greylight is a 3. And Daenier was a 21. All right. And then... All right. I don't know if you guys can see
I can see.
that there.
I can see it.
Okay, so you see Daenier, this massive hair drop on top of Olgin. You hear... what, right? What are you doing as you see this happen?
Do I still see a part of Ugin? Like a arm, hand, head,
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first action would be to go up to him and to grab his whatever I see and try to pull him out of there.
Okay, Olgin starts walking down, and the part that you actually see sticking out is the end of his flail. You grab it and go ahead and make a strength saving throw, or a athletics check rather, to see if you can muscle him out from underneath his hair.
Oh, crap. That won't work my way. I'm a frail sorcerer. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, it could be worse. Could be worse.
for a -1.
You pull him out,
Oh,
and
Olgin tugs
you
back.
get Olgin's like the top of Olgin's body out, but underneath, like the bottom half of Olgin is being these coils of hair are twisting and turning and starting to squeeze you. This thing, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Olgin, or strength, whichever you prefer.
Whichever's
Strength or
higher, right?
Oh, I say strength, probably.
Well, let's
That
see
would make sense.
here. Yeah, strength is slightly higher.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you needed. You managed to reach down and pull these things, and you pull yourself out, and you're standing now on top of the hair as these snake-like hair tendrils squeeze down around you and start to reach up along your legs yet again. Irelina.
So very tempted.
To do what?
I learned Fireball.
Oh no! Fireball,
Okay.
enclosed underground space.
I know, but I'm just saying.
This room that you guys are in is only maybe about 10 feet by 10 feet. It's
Okay, never
Armageddon.
mind. It wouldn't be good then.
No.
We could back off to, or could run away to a safe distance and see you cast it. And then, have your funeral.
I don't know what to do. Unless, I don't know. No, that's not gonna work.
Cast magic missile in the darkness.
Right, exactly. I think I have a dagger.
You do?
Well, no, but I don't want it to start getting strands of hair on it.
No, I think the reason why Olgin's flail has stuff on it is because he was just pounding. If you just cut, when Greylight cut, it just severed it, and there was this metal chunk of hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will go ahead and do that with, my. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that with my dagger.
Go ahead and roll for an attack with your dagger. We'll see how this goes.
Okay. Let's see. Dagger. Hit plus DC, so it's 5. Really? 5? That doesn't seem right.
It should be your dex plus your proficiency.
Oh, okay, so maybe that is right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's dex plus proficiency. For a dagger? I guess that's right.
That would make sense, yeah. Dexterity.
Well, third hit and
That'll hit.
before it was strength, so
It's not hard to hit this hair because it's kind of everywhere. You reach down, grab a handful, and slice with your dagger and cut off a chunk of metal hair in your hand. You drop it onto the ground. Go ahead and roll for your damage on that too. And then Ulgan, it's you.
Damage, let's see.
I lay about me with hands, flail, and feet.
Okay. 4 + 2.
So
Basically, I attack the darkness, the hairy darkness.
you just start smashing away at this thing, going for it.
There, 2 attacks.
Yeah, you do.
Because-
The first one will hit and seems to be effective. The second one doesn't. You basically smash the ground where the hair was that you just hit. So go ahead and roll damage on your first one. Well, it's what you do. You just click in the chat where it says flail. You hover over that, you'll see it turn red. Click that, and it'll give you the damage for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey. Well, you didn't say you were
I'm not
raging, so
raging.
we'll take the
No,
bludgeoning
not
damage
raging.
by itself then, which is pretty dang good. You just smashing chunks of hair. Your flail is getting kind of covered in this hair. You can probably like tear it off because it is individual strands mostly that are on it, but you seem to bash it away from you where it is on the ground. Greylight.
I'm watching all this. Other than the hair's, surprising drop on it, everyone, have I noticed the hair's reaction in any way?
It appears it's taking damage. It seems to be hurt by the proceedings. It seems to be coiling and withdrawing from where Ulgan is smashing it, which is why as he continues to smash, he's just smashing the ground later on. So it seems to be hurt. The chunks of hair seem to be doing something to it. That are
Is
coming off.
all the hair metal?
No, just the chunks that Jill were able to cut off
Just what?
at a time.
Oops,
Just the
you
chunks.
accidentally muted yourself.
Yeah, he muted himself.
Beta.
And he did it again.
There we go. All right. Go ahead. Just the chunks of hair that were cut off by Ulgan and by Irelina are the ones that turn metal.
Okay, so it's just little sections. It's not the whole thing.
Right.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna attack it with my scimitar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Aim high.
It'll hit for sure. Go ahead and roll damage on that too, as you slash down again at the ground near you, at this hair, trying to cut off a decent sized chunk of it. All right, not bad. You cut off a bit. You're not like going into the same frenzied rage that Ulgan is just smashing around next to him, but you slice, take off a decent chunk of it. It 2 turns to metal and rolls away a little bit onto the floor. Dainir, what are you doing?
I'm quickly looking up one thing, which language I'm speaking, but I can't find it. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I am going to cast, what's it called? Chill Touch. The cantrip.
Okay.
So I'm quickly going to find my +6 spell attack. There we go.
That'll hit. You blast some ice at some of the hair near you.
Well, it's not ice actually. It's
I'm sorry, chill touch.
it's a ghost skeletal hand that just
I was thinking,
goes out, damage
I
him.
was thinking Ray of Frost.
Yes, that's
From this hair, you see, it looks almost like it's made of hair first, and then some of the hair falls from around it. It reaches down, grabs some of the hair, and rips. How does that do damage again?
2d8.
Yeah, okay, sweet.
Yes, it is. No modifiers, right?
Right.
Did he climb up there, or did you put him there?
Oh, that's not
Hey,
bad.
that's good.
That's very good for 2d8.
You reach.
Yeah.
This
I
thing
think we
reaches
get
down and
that
rips
this.
out hair from where it came out of it. It's a big chunk of it, and as this hair gets ripped out, it doesn't turn to anything. It just tears and then falls to the ground. Twitch, and lays there just like relievingly normal hair. The room is still filled with it though, and as some of the shocks of this are rippling down the hall, some of the hair from the hall actually comes up a little teeny bit, not much, and the hair along the walls kind of drops down and begins coming towards the top of the stairs near Ulgan again. Ulgan, I need you to make another strength or dexterity saving throw.
One thing I was
Yeah.
wondering, we've got the whole circle around, but when does Tim get his attack roll? When does when does he get his attack roll?
Oh, okay.
The mighty
Animate's
Tim.
dead, right?
Yeah,
it's
Tim
a
is
bonus
zombie.
action from you. On each of your turns, you can use a bonus action to mentally command any creature. You decide what it will, what action it will take, and where it will move during its next turn. So, yeah, once it's given an order, it just tries to do it. So your zombie basically, as a bonus action on your turn, you can say, "Hey, Tim, do something," and then it will try to do it
Okay, when can I do that?
as a bonus action on your turn. So now,
Okay,
before.
I say to Tim, well, attack the hair or whatever, just fight it.
Okay. It has a slam attack. Okay. So go ahead and
Yeah.
I should probably pull a zombie in here.
Yeah, I don't know what I need to roll for him though.
I got you. Let's pull
Sweet.
this zombie in there. Roll 20 in, guys. Hold on a sec. Alright. This particular zombie is now Tim.
Cool.
There are some who call him
Thank you. You get it.
Controlled by...
Tim the Enchanter.
Oh, we got it.
Oh yes, we got it. I just was thinking that, you know, if you're not careful, I'm
Right.
going to pull out my magic deck and start timming you.
yes.
Okay. Tim...
Because I actually have beta Tims.
There we go. All right, Tim basically can slam at things. That's pretty much it. So he's gonna try to slam freaking crits. So
So
That's-
I've got a zombie dwarf who critical hits a bunch of hair. Welcome to D&D.
Here first.
Blue zombie. Blue
Okay.
zombie smurf.
You too could try this at home.
the blue zombie smurf Tim, you're like, Tim, attack! Tim and just starts clubbing away with his hands.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
The hair. So that's the thing that happened. Olgan, as this hair kind of comes in, starts contracting towards where you are, you basically just stand a little wider, and it tries to squeeze you and is completely unable to. It's Irelina's turn, but she's stepped away, so Olgan...
She's back.
Oh, she's back. Perfect.
There she is.
I was just going to swap
Cool.
Irelina and Olgan, but
Sorry,
Irelina.
phone rings.
no
You
worries.
answered.
No worries. It's your turn.
I'm
breath.
still really, really tempted. Not by fireball, but could I do scorching ray?
Yeah.
Straight down the stairs.
It
That's
would
what
be
I'm
more
thinking.
focused.
That's what I'm thinking. Just take all 4 because I'm going to cast it at 3rd level. And send them all straight down the stairs.
Okay.
Sweet. I like it.
4 little balls of fire go down the stairs. You see the light fade down a little bit as they impact further down. Go ahead and make 4 attack rolls.
Ranged spell attack for each race. So, a ranged attack?
Yep. So that'd be, you should have like a, it should tell you what the plus to hit is on it. I think for you would be +5 or 6.
Yep, +6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
And you can hit the up arrow and it'll just put whatever you put in chat. Okay, so that'll hit, that won't. This thing's got an AC of 10 for some weird reason.
So 3.
Yeah, so 3 will hit. So
That's good.
it'll take 66 fire damage.
66?
Yep.
All right.
This'll be
That is pretty good.
And here I was trying not to cast Stinking Cloud because of all the smell that, but this place is apparently going to be full of it anyway.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
You
cast
hear-
clear the air or whatever it is you
One
do,
of
person.
one of the bolts hits the roof. The rest arc down enough to hit the hair a little ways down the hall. Ulgan, you're standing kind of near and you see this hair, not all of it, but probably about 3/4 of it burn and start to burn towards you. Some of it's still unaffected by this, but the burn is going up towards you and also down the stairs. What are you doing?
Probably taking a deep breath is a bad idea. I think I'll follow Tim's lead and just start yanking on hair.
Okay, you just pull and rip and pull and rip. Go ahead and make a unarmed attack. That would be just your... Why can't I think? What the heck? An
Strength, shouldn't it?
unarmed strike? I don't know if it's on your character sheet showing there. It should.
No, it's not.
Unarmed strike.
On the D&D Beyond, it has it, but that's
Yeah,
not linked.
Yeah. So whatever it says there is
So,
what
yeah.
you do. I think it's...
It's a +6 and it does 4.
Yeah. So, go ahead, do that. You reach down, tearing at this hair. And you do get 2 attacks, so that's handy.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm just going to use my my flail stats here for the hit.
Oh, no, it's the hit.
I mean,
is-
it's the exact same attack modifier.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Reason why is because I don't have an unarmed
Yeah.
strike in
Yeah.
the Roll20 app. So
I think it does well.
boom,
Yeah.
there.
You take 2 fistfuls of halfling-sized fistfuls of hair and just tear. It's you said it was 4 damage each, right?
Yes.
Okay. You could still see that the hair strand that's left going down the hall doesn't seem to be terribly thick anymore, but there is still some hair left that is attached to its source. Greylight, what are you doing?
Well, all the hair that's actually in the room is dead, right?
Not all of it, no. There's still a little bit left that's still attached to in going down the hall.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to, as best I can, get to where I can sever that.
Okay. So you kind of move off to the left of the room where this last strand of hair is and take a swing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit for sure.
Yeah.
All right. You take some of the chunk and a little bit more metal hair forms around the room. It's still there. There's still a thick chunk of hair, maybe about this wide, into the room coming up the stairs. It's not over yet. Daenir, what are you doing?
Okay, I am casting the poison spray. It's basically a puff of poisonous gas I shot from my hand. I'm going to follow Erlina's example and just hurl it down the stairs, basically.
Okay.
That requires you, Era, to make a Constitution save for that spell.
Me?
No, Era.
Okay. 13.
It says 14 here.
All right, so
So
it
it
fails.
hits.
Perfect.
Cool. Okay, that does 2d12 damage. 1 sec.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
That's really good. This as the smell of burning hair mixes with another acrid smell that kind of burns a little teeny bit. The bit of hair remaining in the room just twitch, 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 and falls silent. From a little further down the stairs, you can still see, Olgan, that this hair that was burning is still burning, but it's mostly burned out. It's not like raging down the stairs. It appears to be pretty much burned out, if not entirely. But the smell is permeating this place.
Definitely didn't use Aquanet.
2 things before we move on. You still need to make the roll for Tim.
Tim.
It's effectively dead.
Wait, so is it a separate secondary mob that I just killed, basically?
Yeah,
Yes.
the
If
hair.
so,
So basically, in terms of the hair in this room dropping down, use the statistics of a trapper, sort of like a mimic, but totally different. You guys have killed the hair that was in here. There's no more magical hair left in the room. You can see the part down the hall, Olgan, as you watch this hair basically kind of burn itself out. It appears to be no longer moving.
Do we have any clue what it was?
Hair.
Hair.
so basically, if I made the killing thing, can I use Grim Harvest as a necromancer ability?
I'm not familiar with it. What is it?
It's an ability I get at 2nd level to reap the life energy from creatures you kill with your spells.
Oh, yes.
Once per turn, when you kill one or more creatures with a spell of 1st level or higher, you regain hit points equal to twice the spell's level or 3 times its level if the spell belongs to the school of necromancy, which it did, I believe.
Is poison spray necromancy?
No, it is. Sorry, it's a conjuration cantrip.
Okay. So
My bad.
twice whatever spell level you used for it.
Yes, but do I get it as temporary hit points, maybe, or it's just fill up to the max?
Fill up to your max, yeah.
Okay, in that case, it doesn't matter.
So what is it for cantrip? Because cantrip is kind of 0, isn't it?
Cantrip is 0.
Oh, good point. But is it though? It's not a 1st level cantrip, is it?
The cantrip is
Cantrip is level 0.
level 0
okay.
as well.
Never
It's
mind.
basically
In
the
that
things
case.
you learn.
So you doubled up on nothing with nothing.
See, so
Basically.
nothing
That's
times
math.
nothing, and then carry the nothing. Sorry.
Hey, that's a pay raise for governmental service.
And yeah, so in this room you've got a bunch of dead hair. Some of it's a decent amount of it's turned to metals. The part that was just torn doesn't seem to be. But
See, my character is going to be like going crazy until she figures out why this thing came to life.
For some reason, I have a feeling the local tourism bureau is going to be upset with us. All right, let's keep going.
Olgan, like, dragon?
all right, you guys begin to go down the stairs, and from the rooms upstairs, like the rooms that you were currently in, that were kind of basically like downstairs basement cellar rooms. They had walls, they had floors. The stairs here seem to be carved from the stone, and the walls around you are natural caverns as these stairs
Much better.
descend. The smell is down as you continue. The stairs go down probably 4 or 5 stories underground. And as you walk along them, this thick strand of hair is underneath you as you walk on top of it, filling maybe about half the space of this hall and these stairwell going down.
I'm
still,
watching it closely. There's no twitching or anything left?
It's still, if you watch for a little bit, you see that very gentle movement, but it doesn't appear to be attacking you or anything like that. It just seems to be vaguely alive.
So it's still attached to the thing, right?
Rigor mortis.
It's the hair that you're walking on now as you go
Yes.
down appears to still be living, but it's not attacking you.
Can I try something? I just thought of it. I don't know why I haven't thought of it before. But I still have that evil comb, right?
Oh no!
You do.
I am going to comb the hair that's... Okay, so should I comb the hair before us or behind us? What do you guys think?
You
We'll
go
let you go up a few feet and comb while the rest of us stay.
Okay.
stay back in case we have to pull you out of this mess.
Okay, so better idea. I hand the comb to Tim. I sent Tim ahead and let him comb a bit of the hair, just in case.
Okay.
I mean, we don't want another mind wipe.
You go up. Tim is like, "Ugh." Combs it. You can tell he wasn't a very good barber, even in his former life. It doesn't seem to have an effect. The hair is still barely moving. No effect that you notice.
That we
Okay.
noticed.
Yeah.
That's the important words right there.
But I will say, like, you look at Ulgan's hair, and his hair, a lot shorter though, is doing some similar type of movement. Before it looked like there was like a slight breeze, but when you look at his hair and you look at the long hair in front of you, you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of similar, isn't it?
So wait, my hair is moving on its own.
A little bit. A little bit.
And you don't know why.
know. Yeah.
Where's that vial
And
for the unruly hair?
Upstairs. It's upstairs. So,
So I just realized, so the last thing you remember is entering the town, and now you suddenly are in a room filled with hair with a blue bowl cut that moves on itself.
He doesn't know he has a blue bowl cut. He just knows his hair. He got a haircut somehow.
he's like, what? I have a blue bowl cut? Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
But you do, again, your hair feels almost like it's kind of tingling, where you reach up and you feel that your hair is actually very gently moving against your hands as you reach up to feel and be like, what?
Is it like the same length as it was? Like, so is it growing or is it still the same? Or
same length.
No, just...
Yeah, same length.
So my hair is turning into seaweed.
Kind
No.
of. Like
Or a
if
field
you
of
were
grass.
underwater, it would look kind of like that. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
As you come to the base of these stairs and it goes forward a little bit, you see before you a fork in this passageway, left and right. Both have hair going down them.
Logan says, we always go left, right? And goes right.
Okay.
His brain hasn't been affected, at least.
Yeah, well, not his intelligence. You continue further down and come to another fork
Oh Lord.
with
Let's
hair
keep
going
going
down.
right.
Both. Keep going right, you said?
Yeah, let's be
Okay.
consistent about this.
Yeah, Logan says left and goes right.
You come across, as you follow the hair, it thins out a little bit. A
What?
little bit more. And a little bit more. And
I figured.
you come to a room that
We found the receding hairline.
until you come to basically the end of the hair, and as you walk into a room you see a large natural cavern, and in the middle of this natural cavern you see a massive machine. It pulses visibly, it radiates this aura of power. And
Okay, who put this nasty thing in my home?
it looks kind of like something about 3 or 4 times the size of what was upstairs that doesn't look like an oven. It looks like this large dome, or a large sphere, with various colorful tubes kind of coming out towards another barber chair there underneath it. There's a couple levers in a control panel off to the side, and a large colorful wheel set
Color
in the
wheel.
control panel.
Okay, so what are the snipper film up to now?
Right? Can I tell anything about this chair or any of the things around it just by looking, by, trying to puzzle?
You can.
It sure
This
Detect magic's still up.
no, that's worn off. It's taking you probably 15 to 20 minutes to actually get all the way down to here.
Okay.
I will say the cavern walls are streaked with kaleidoscopic patterns and rainbow shades around you. This is probably the thing that Evil Jug, I guess, vaguely described in his notebook upstairs.
Okay.
Okay. The machine. Okay, so I tell them this. At least I tell Greylight and Denair. I say, I think this might have been what our weird clone copy thingy might have been working on. He was talking about this stuff. I tell him all the things that he talked about, and he talked about a machine, and I think this might have been it.
Okay, I'm going to make a nature check
Well,
because
what are
I
you
want
trying
to
find out here?
investigate the cavern.
Like, what are you trying to investigate about the cavern?
Well, first off, how is it lit?
Okay, well, I mean, then that's by itself. It's probably it's lit kind of from the aura coming off of this machine. Each of these kind of colorful things coming around and pointing down towards this chair. There's 8 different ones, 8 different colors. Those are glowing faintly, and that's giving the room kind of like a Christmas tree glow, but sinister.
Okay, so is it too bright for dark vision?
No, I mean,
Okay.
you can see without it.
Yeah, but
It's light enough to tell that there are colors.
I think all of us have dark vision, don't we?
Yeah, but it's light
No.
enough to tell that there are colors.
No, you don't?
No,
Nope, halflings don't.
it's a halfling.
Okay, well, the rest of us do, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I'll go to the control
'Cause I
panel.
want to determine, like, A, how often is this used? B, is there another way out of here? Things like that.
No other way out of here. This thing appears to be used. Hello,
We lost gamer. From
a little bit. Sorry. There we go. He's coming back. Yeah.
What happened?
A misclick.
Okay.
It appears to be used comparatively frequently. It's in good condition, and it seems to be active and usable.
Well, I'm thinking not just from the experimenters, but if this is a natural cavern,
Mhm.
and I'm a druid in the Underdark, and this is Underdark, I get bonuses to determining everything.
Oh,
This is my natural environment.
Okay.
And so I can determine like what kind of cave it is, how old it is, if there's
Well,
any
still have to make
entrances
rolls.
to the Underdark within a ways of this, etc.
Okay.
cool.
There. Where's my player thing? Here we go. I'm gonna whole thing's up here, though. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not terribly familiar with Circle of the Land. Give me a hot minute.
Yeah, sure.
You know, this is my preferred environment.
I'm trying to figure where you're looking here.
Oh, that's the third ed rule. It may not be true for fifth ed.
Well, it's a first ed, a second ed, and a third ed, so I figured fifth ed would have it.
I know, like
Not necessarily.
I know, like the ranger has favored terrain, and like you can't get lost and stuff like that. But I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Well, from the things that you know, this is it's a normal cave, if that makes any sense. It doesn't appear to be, the cave itself doesn't appear to be imbued with any magic. You don't sense like the Underdark is nearby. You know, it's a cave under a basement. This machine appears not to be drawing on any kind of magic around it, as much as it is like kind of like clockwork machinery, gnome style, that it's self-contained.
So I go to the control panel and see what I can figure out about it. Basically, if I can find out the workings of this machine, maybe.
Similar to the other machine upstairs, this one has a dial. This one is colorful. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Special. And this special one is like a bunch of different colors.
Okay, who votes we use the necromancer to test this one out?
No.
Or Tim.
We don't know. That's what we brought Tim along for, I thought, other than getting tangled up in the hair.
Laura? I can't tell if he's frozen or if he's actually frozen.
Ah. Okay. He poofed.
Oh, he poofed?
Seems like it.
On my screen, he's still looking up like...
Uh-huh.
No, on my screen it's just black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still seeing him staring at the sky.
Me too.
Okay, since he left, we're sticking the necromancer in the machine.
No. If anything, Tim... Oh,
Oh,
he's
there
moving.
he is.
Hello?
Hey,
Yes.
you're back.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so my internet just decided to derp and stuff.
It's alright.
Until where did you guys hear me?
Nowhere. I
No,
described
none of it.
red, orange, blue, indigo, violet. Special.
Okay.
Yeah, and then nothing.
Oh, that's great. So I asked the question. We still have Tim here, obviously.
Yeah.
Shall we put him in the chair and see if we can create icy hair, maybe before we put someone else in?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, that's the question.
My instinct is to study it a little more before we use it. With just one little machine and kind of a sense of what it was, we kind of did okay. But my instinct is to kind of read the manual or whatever a little more before we.
The manual, I guess, that you found upstairs in Evil Juke's diary, he talked about his machine that could do like the most amazing colors. And that's what he was working towards, was a magical machine that could I'm going to read it exactly here for you.
It's the hair version
world-
of color spray.
Yeah, world's purest colors
Yeah.
was what he was trying to do with this thing.
The other thing I'm still thinking was, what was Evil Jube? What was he?
Evil Juke?
Yeah.
He appeared to be made out of hair when you killed him.
Right. So that doesn't make any sense to me. That confuses me. I want to go
None
find
of
out
this
what
makes sense.
the world would be made out of hair. You know?
I'm curious.
Okay, let's go.
What so far has
Find a
made
different-
sense?
Let's let the barbarian smash this machine and go on to the next area.
Smash the machine.
I don't know about smashing it. It could
Hey,
be.
there's spirits trapped inside the machine. Go let them out.
Yeah. and then-
Are you guys doing that?
I rather not. Maybe I don't know.
I'd rather research it a little more before we smash
Yeah.
it. But I also don't want to use it. I want to get out of here and find out what else, because this is really confusing to me and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm a druid, and I can see this as a contaminant into the Underdark.
Confused is Illigan's normal state of mind, so this is nothing new.
So you guys gonna try to smash it without trying to use it? It's really hard to learn more about it just from what you're looking at. It appears to be a machine that does something to people's hair, that involves colors of some sort. It appears to be very much a magical machine.
I vote use Tim to get him in there. I mean, I can always resurrect him if he dies again.
Let's do it once.
Okay.
Okay, so
Let's
I
do
said
it
to
once
Tim,
and then we
go
can
sit in a chair.
Smash it or whatever. If we
All
don't
right.
like what it does.
You
Okay, so what?
tell Tim go sit in a chair. Climbs up into it because it's a little Zvart zombie. He climbs up into the chair. You have to give him a little bit of a boost. He sits there and just,
Oh, he froze again.
whoa. This time he's got middle of a headbang.
He's all blurry.
Yeah.
With an interesting grin.
Yes.
Almost Cheshire. Yeah?
This is the scary things about to happen.
He's typing in Discord now.
Oh, okay. I can't actually read it without messing things up here too. So
I still
I
hear
still
you.
hear you.
Well, if he can still hear us.
okay, yeah. We can type in roll 22. So you've got the 8 different settings. Oh, there you are. 8 different
I'm back.
settings. Red,
Yep.
Okay, good.
red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, special.
I vote special.
Roy G. Biv special.
Which one?
I'm going to keep examining the cave.
Okay.
Okay. Daniel, you're at the control panel. Tim is sitting there.
Okay.
What are you doing?
So I dial it up to special.
Okay. Go
And-
ahead and roll a d8 and a d8.
So 2d8.
But like separate. Well, yeah, because we can see on roll 20 what the numbers are.
Let's do it the good way.
Okay.
2 5s.
Okay. You turn the dial, push it in, and Tim needs to make a excuse me, Constitution saving throw. Bleep.
Oh no.
All right. And another one. Okay. You see this machine begin to pulse, and the blue kind of tube pointing down towards the chair, the end of it begins to pulse, and then it shoots downwards towards Tim's head twice. The first time you see, in a brief second between these two hitting, you see Tim, his head blue, and then back, and then you see his hair is ice.
Yes, we did it.
On the second blast,
Logan's like, is that ice? That would be very handy.
on the second blast,
Oh my.
he shatters.
Whoops.
God.
Ouch.
Okay, so the necromancer's
Yeah.
next in the chair, right?
No resurrecting that one.
Yeah, that's
Reanimating.
how far my plan goes of
Okay.
resurrecting him.
Here's a question for you, Era.
Yep.
Being that this game is in Faerun,
Mhm.
do you have separation between weave and black weave? Dark weave?
I have the freaking teeniest
You have
clue.
no clue. Okay.
What are those? Are two different spells?
No, they're two different,
Goddesses of magic.
No,
and two different
I'm not
magical
necessarily super-
sources.
not
Okay.
necessarily super up to date on all the lore of Faerun. It just
Okay.
happens to be where the
Because I was
campaigns that
just
have run
wondering,
are.
because if you
set.
did, I was going to try to see if I could tell which weave this was, and if it was black weave, I was going to take it out. Because Mister doesn't like that kind of thing.
Couldn't tell you that honestly. This
Okay.
is my ignorance of history showing. But in this particular case, I can tell you either way. It probably wouldn't necessarily be relevant. The magic here is it's hard to tell. The magic of this machine without casting detect magic is like obviously it's magical, obviously it has some sort of transmutation quality, turn hair into ice. It also can be somewhat destructive if it can shatter said zombie's fart. Beyond that, it's
Okay.
hard to tell.
Okay, just curious. Have to ask.
Well, at least now we know how to make the ice hair. It's just a matter of it's too dangerous, probably.
What? Oh, man.
So, what's the plan?
Well, we have, what is it, 2 other roads we could walk around? Do we want to do that, or do we want to go report, or what do we want to do?
Yeah, you've got a couple other avenues of
Exits.
exploration down here.
We
Let's
still
go
haven't,
and explore the next avenue.
Okay.
yeah, because we still haven't found the source of all the hair.
Right, you have not.
So the first right that we didn't take.
As you exit this, you come back to the hair, and as you go up towards that fork in the road or caverns, it gets thicker and thicker until it's back to where it was. You gonna retrace your steps or continue down the other way?
Retrace just to the first fork and then take the other way.
Okay.
Yes.
You go back. You go towards the other way, and as you do so, I need you all to go ahead and make stealth checks for me.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't think I'm very stealthy.
Wow, that was a bad roll.
Hmm.
Let me look this up.
Ah, what just happened?
Yeah, I got that 11 with a +5 modifier.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Well, 2 of you are doing great. 2
Okay.
of you kind of aren't necessarily.
I'm still crying about the loss of Tim.
I'm trying to console him.
No,
Okay.
you're
I have,
trying to
I have
figure out.
stealth as an ability.
You
I do too.
You're thinking about the ice hair. You're stuck on that because you know.
No, I don't remember the ice hair.
I know, but you're thinking, ooh, ice hair.
Even still.
Anyway, maybe you
Hold on
are.
a second. Tis
trying-
enough because as you guys kind of go along your way towards this, The hair appears to be getting somewhat thicker down this corridor. And you hear up ahead of you some chattering and talking back and forth, a number of different voices.
What language?
Not one that you recognize.
None that we recognize.
I don't believe so. Give me half a second.
Okay, I have.
Yeah.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Undercommon.
Can't find my language. I know I can speak Dwarfish, but
Yeah. It's not a language. Let me rephrase. It's not a language that you understand, but you do. But you recognize it's the same language that the Zvarts were speaking before.
Oh Lord, more Zvarts.
Appears to be like might sound like some more Zvarts,
cool.
and there are a lot of voices.
Do we want to go deal with these Zvarts? I don't know that I can. With more Zvarts
Olgin's
today.
having an internal debate: flail or spear? Flail or spear? It's like, I've already killed some with a flail today. I should try killing some with a spear. Change it up a little bit.
You
You
know,
can't
variety is
remember
the spice of
killing
death.
them. You got your mind.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, what's the plan? You guys gonna continue forward towards these Zvart noises?
Well, unless somebody stops me, I'm just going to keep blithely walking forward.
Okay. You
Flail
come,
out, ready to smash.
you come up and you see what appears to be a somewhat larger cavern kind of opening up ahead of you, and from this cavern is where you hear these voices. And as you approach, you can see they don't seem to have noticed you guys, even though some of you weren't being necessarily terribly loud or quiet. They don't seem to notice you. As you approach and you kind of peek in, you see 8 little Zvarts, right? And then one that seems to be slightly larger, that has like is dressed slightly differently. He's, instead of having like the little stabby things that the others do, has like a scimitar instead.
So my question is, are there a couple of 2, maybe 3 Zarts that are standing like in a row, so that if I were to say, I don't know, throw a spear or a javelin, if I were to throw it hard enough, it would go through one and into the next?
It's certainly possible if you threw one super freaking hard and they happen to line up at the right time, but they kind of are milling about, talking to each other, and you can see, actually go ahead and Ulgan, you seem to be in front, go ahead and Ulgan, give me a perception check.
No.
There are Zvarts.
Right.
They're talking to each other. Some of them look like they're like going back and forth, like talking to each other, about each other, comparing each other. So,
Javelin out, and I'm trying to time the strike just right. And unless somebody stops me.
I think we.
How tall is the ceiling in this place?
about 10-15 feet tall.
Oh, not big enough then. Okay.
How big is this room?
This room, about the size of the one with the machine in it, maybe 20 feet. It's a rough cavern, maybe 20 feet at its widest point, 15 at its narrowest. You see, there's opposite you guys, there appears to be another passageway leading away.
Still too small, huh?
Ulgan, nobody seems to be stopping you.
There.
Okay. And
Does this count as having advantage since they don't know we're here?
they don't see you, so yeah, it does.
All right, so the 20. It's not a crit by any means, but still.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for damage on that thing.
Not
Okay.
raging.
You launch this javelin into the room, and towards a group, there's 3 of them talking, and 2 of them are like lined up right, and there's one talking to the 2 of them. And you throw your javelin, and it's enough to pierce right through one, killing him almost instantly. And
God.
it jabs at the floor right between the other's feet, and he looks up at you and screams at you in some other
That's missed.
sort of language. And I'm gonna have all y'all roll me some initiative.
Cool.
This gonna be weird.
Woohoo! There we go.
Hey.
That's not a bad.
Lena.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that's almost as bad as my last one was.
Yeah.
Well, see,
went-
this
I went-
gives you enough time to wait until the end and see how many Tims you have to select from.
Yes, basically. But
Well-
I went from a natural 20 plus 1 to a critical failure. That's quite a difference.
Hey, rolling a fumble on initiative still doesn't mean a critical, unless it does and you lose a round.
Wow.
Yeah.
These things are
Right.
rolling spectacularly bad for initiative. What am I even?
Worse than the necromancer.
I can't say that I'm unhappy about that.
Yeah, actually, worse than the necromancer.
How?
That's
They got a minus
That-
something,
that
maybe?
takes talent.
Just rolled a 1.
He did
The
too.
first one. Yeah. So,
So did I.
No, he rolled a 2, I thought.
Ulgan.
Well, yeah.
He
but
rolled a
that's
1, he had a +1 modifier.
Oh, okay.
Ulgan, this thing's screaming at you. Because you're first in line, we'll have you go again here, and we'll see what happens. What's the plan? What are you doing?
I would like to rage,
Okay.
and I charge forward with my flail, and I flail about me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, that hits.
Both.
Yeah, both will hit. These little blueberry people, they're not terribly difficult to hit. All right.
Nice.
You go in and you start flailing about. Literally, you basically just pound 2 of them into the floor immediately. They just dead. Aralina, you see Olgan charging in there, just laying waste to these Varts. They're screaming in panic. Olgan, one of the ones, the 2 first that you killed, the one with the javelin just falls to the floor. The second one pulps. The third one, as you hit it, turns to hair. And
Hairball.
Aralina.
I don't have many spells left.
Cantrips.
I'm out of cantrips, right?
No,
No,
can't
you
you
just can't
infinite.
run out of
Oh, you
cantrips.
cast cantrips forever? Okay, then I'm looking at the
Yes.
wrong slots. Okay.
And you should have gotten
Cantrips are
third level
infinite.
spells. Or did you fill
Yeah,
all those
they're
with Fireball?
I did not fill all of them with fireball.
Say what?
But I do have them. I do have fireball. I could cast that. I just don't know if it'd be wise in this small area.
Oh, it's not. I'm just...
I mean, if you really want me to cast fireball,
No.
If you were to
what I'm
cast
saying
Fireball,
is, you have a propensity to fill every slot you can with Fireball.
if you were to cast Fireball, I'm not sure that Olgan would really notice.
He would just be toasted.
Slightly singed around the edges, maybe.
I can shape
Well-
it. I'm an evoker.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and that's the case because Olgan, I don't think you get half damage from fire.
No, but 55 hit points, that's a lot of hit points.
Yeah, okay, that's true. If you're a bear
Okay.
totem, you get half damage for everything except psychic, which is ridiculous.
Let's go ahead and do scorching ray at the regular level.
Okay, are you cast all rays at 1 or at 3 different ones?
Let's split them out.
Okay,
2 and 2.
scorching ray.
So that's
3 rays of fire. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, so
One.
you're doing one at each of the 3 little dudes you see with the stabby swords?
yes, that works. So 1d6? Or
Well,
no,
it's-
120 plus 6, that's right. 1d20.
times 3.
12,
Alright, that'll hit one.
11,
That'll barely miss another.
and
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yes.
So
okay,
you'll
so
hit 2 of
six-
these Svarts with successive blasts.
okay. Scorching. That's 2d6 each.
Nice.
Yep.
So one hits with 6,
Okay.
and one hits with 9.
All right.
That's
one,
good.
Yeah, very. One of them just pops. The other one you see just engulfed in flame for a brief moment, and then is standing there like with his hair singed and burning, just blackened, just like kind of in shock, barely on his feet. Greylight. Ulgin's in there smashing things. What are you doing? Erlina's just
I'm gonna
toasted to
smash.
I am going to follow his example. I'm going to charge in there with the scimitar,
him. Okay.
and I'm going after the one that got singed to start with.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Xena war cry.
no. That's your specialty there.
Yeah, that'll hit.
No, I'm thinking mine's more like the
job.
job.
yeah, that
war
hits
You're gonna
cry.
kill him. Yeah, you slash down at this guy that was singed, and as you slash down, he just disintegrates into a pile of hair. The slightly beefier Zvart in the room, you see, actually looks at you guys and raises his hand and casts himself Scorching Ray at Ulgin. 2 blasts, 2 at Ulgin and 2 at Greylight. So, merp. Hang on, I gotta. Momentito again. Scorching Ray. Well, phooey. So, roll 1d20 plus. What is this? Oh, it's not that exciting. 3 against Ulgin. Against Ulgin. Either one of those hit?
My armor class is 15.
Okay, so you'll take 4 points of fire damage as a couple bolts of fire coming from this little teeny Zvart. As kind of surprising that he can create bolts of fire bigger than his body, but it's kind of what happens. And natural 20 and 10 against Greylight.
Ouch.
Ooh. That's harsh.
So 15 points of damage against Greylight as he comes in, charging, slashing at this one, just falls to hair, and you get somewhat blindsided by this bolt of fire coming at you.
10 hits? What's your
10 doesn't,
No.
but the natural 20 does.
oh,
So each one of them got 2 blasts.
So 15 damage?
Yes. Daenier, you see this happening as Vart's casting spells. What are you doing?
For a second, I'm in doubt between letting Greylight die and resurrecting him as my pet.
Greylight is
It's-
fine, thank you.
And saving him, and I think for a second, and I decide to try and save him. So I attack the bigger, beefier, semi-boss kind of guy with
He's not much
poison
bigger.
spray.
Like, if a regular Zvart stands about, 2 feet tall, he might be like 2'4". But he's noticeably seems to be kind of like the boss here. But yeah.
I don't count in idiot measures, but sure, he's taller.
Okay.
idiot.
Anyway,
Wow.
sorry. Anyway,
Continental superiority syndrome. I've seen it before.
It's the rest of the world. But anyway, not time for debate. Eric, you need to make a Constitution save.
Alrighty. This is for what again?
Against poison spray.
Oh, okay.
Gamer has kitty.
18.
Oh,
Probably make it.
yeah, no. He makes it. I miss or don't hit, whatever.
You hear him scream the name of Shepard, and this poison spray just kind of disintegrates. It seems almost like he has some sort of magical armor protecting him. Wizards, you recognize he seems to have mage armor on.
Oh, yay.
Great. So, okay, question. Out of character, what does that exactly mean for us? Like, our spells do less damage or
No,
something?
it just increases his AC. Makes him a little harder to hit.
Okay.
I think I have mage armor. In fact, I do.
Hand
I
spell.
should be casting it. But I have used up all my level 1 slots, so I can't.
Ulgin.
Oh, a flail about me.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh!
Those will hit for sure. Dang.
Yeah, those
wading
were.
through piles of Zards, going towards this warlock guy at the end. 2 + 0.
That's my rage damage. The 9 + 2, I guess, is
doubled.
crit damage.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, you smash another Zvart to a
Yeah.
pulp next to you, swing again to the other side, you smash another Zvart into hair. There's one more Zvart standing, looking more or less terrified, and this warlock Zvart, it seems like he's preparing to cast something else. Irelina.
So who's left? There's one Zvart left, or the middle
one-
Zvart is still alive?
A Zvart and a Zvart warlock.
I need to finish that Zvart Warlock. Can I move so I'm not hitting the gentleman and cast Firebolt?
So that's just a ranged spell attack.
Okay, so that's 1d20 + 6. How is it that? Okay, whatever. I guess it doesn't make any sense. Weird spells. Why is the cantrip more powerful than the other one? I guess because it's not split.
Because it's not split. Yeah, pretty much. Because it's 2d6. So the Scorching Rays is effectively 6d6 damage.
Damn, I missed it.
Yeah, barely. You cast a bolt of fire, it streaks past him, he ducks as if he needed to because he's so small, slams into the wall behind and kind of a shower of a little bit of sparks. Gray light. What are you doing?
I'm tired of this guy. I'm charging him.
Okay. You run forward, scimitar slashing down at his head.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
You miss and you hit a little bit of the hair on the ground. A chunk of it comes off, turning into steel, clatters on the ground. The Zvart sees you coming, looks up, kind of like in like, ah! And reaches out, casting Burning Hands. So Ulgin, Dainir, and the other Zvart need to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh crap.
Do I?
Yes, because you're right up in his face.
Okay, you just didn't say so.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
said Daenerys instead
Oh, I
of...
said Dainir's not there. I'm sorry. Gray
Oh,
light,
thank goodness.
Gray light, Ulgin, and the other guy.
Oh, 2 in a row!
Oh my gosh.
I'm trashing this program and using my own dice.
Okay.
My dice
I
like
can
me.
resurrect you. I can resurrect you
That's
if you want.
probably not much comfort to him. The little Zvart totally fails. His DC is 11. So, Ulgin, you save, you take half damage. The other take a full, I believe? Hang on. It's a 1d6 for each spell, so it's 4d6. That's not...
Oh,
It could be worse.
Wow.
So, you take
But
9
not
points of
much.
fire damage. Ulgin, you only take 4. And the little Zvart that
Could
was
you
left...
say that again? You broke up.
You take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Half rounded down. The other Zvart that was in the room just pops. Some
Cool.
of the hair catches on fire a little bit and begins to writhe. And the Zvart sees this and looks at it. And wait, what? Hang on. Yes, he screams something at the hair.
Oh,
Hey.
sweet lord.
We are going to die.
The hair kind of rises up, starts writhing around, creating almost like this cloud of hair in the room. Let me see. For some reason, I'm not logged in, so I can't see the thing. Okay, so it's difficult terrain. If you enter the turn where this hair is, most of the room, about half the room between where he is and where the entrance you came in, that half of the room is filled with this swirling hair. If you enter that swirling hair or you start your turn there, you'll need to make a dexterity saving throw or take some hair bludgeon damage. So, Daenir.
Okay, well, I'm not in that hair. Is it possible for me to shoot a, what's it called? Ray of sickness through the hair and hit the warlock?
Yeah.
Or is it... Okay.
Yep.
So I'm aiming at the warlock and I cast a second level Ray of sickness.
Okay, wow.
Let's see.
This is it a constitution saving throw?
No, I need to make a roll. Oh.
It'll hit.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So, 1 second. Plus here, it's 3d8 damage.
Okay. So for
So,
the best.
there. Oh, that's good.
That is very, very good.
Very
Um,
good.
You blast this little Zvart, and you see him just like little cloud of smoke comes out of its mouth. It's like wavering on its feet. Ulgan, instead of your turn, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Let's see. We shall stay.
So, is he dead or is he still alive?
He's still barely on his feet.
Okay.
All right, so you will take. Let's see here. Da-da-da. As you take all of 4 points of damage, halved because bludgeoning. So you take 2 points of damage out from this hair as you struggle free of it and clamping around the bottom half of you, which bottom half of Greylight's more like your chest. As you try to almost swim through this hair to get at this guy, but you can get up to him to try and finish him off.
I like to flail then.
Okay.
Oh, crap. I know what I should have done at the beginning.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
you flail. You hit him in the face. He dies. You hit him in the face again after he's dead on the floor. He's still dead. The hair
Little halfling.
squirms for a little bit and gradually kind of calms down. Yeah.
I just keep flailing.
As you're in this room, you entered from a kind of like a door picture from a door from the southeast, and once you've entered in, you see across from you in the northwest another cavern tunnel leading off. But to your right, you hear kind of like a rattle noise, like a metal rattling, and there's another passageway leading off. And as you look, the hair leading that direction seems to be the thickest that you've seen it so far.
Okay, before we go anywhere, I'm going to cast a healing spell on myself
Okay. Yeah.
Might be
because
wise.
I'm down to less than half health.
Okay.
And while he casts his healing spell, I'm going to cast yet again animate dead. I was wondering though, if I resurrect a slightly taller warlock, will he be a more powerful zombie than Tim?
Nah, it's just a zombie. Sorry.
He'll be slightly taller.
Yeah, slightly
True.
taller zombie, but still a zombie.
I'll go for slightly taller zombie, so I'll cast animate dead and I resurrect him.
So
Okay.
Tim too is almost as tall as me.
Tim the Second.
Yeah, I'm not feeling Tim the Second. It's more like a Frank guy, I think.
Frank. Not Brian?
No, wait.
Okay.
Let's call her Daisy. It's a Daisy.
Daisy.
Okay.
Why not?
Daisy is now no longer pushing up the daisies. Rises from the dead.
Exactly.
And if you translate it into Spanish, it's Margarita.
So, you're in this room. 2 tunnels exiting. One seems to have hair thicker than you've seen so far, and you hear somewhat of a rattle. Rattle, 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 rattle.
We've got to find out what the hair is.
Yes, we do.
That was why we were sent here.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
You.
All right, so I have a question for you.
Yep.
So I have used in this adventure so far a grand total of 3 rages, which is my limit.
Right.
However, we leveled.
Mhm.
Does that do a reset at all, or are we still limited to just the 3?
We also did the short rest, right?
Did a
Yes.
short
Right.
rest.
It requires a long rest to reset rage.
Yeah, I think until level 6, I want to say, then it becomes a short rest.
Hmm.
Yeah, if it still says long rest, then I think that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so no more rages for this little guy.
I know, and I'm almost out of spells.
Yeah.
And I have to be cantripping the whole way.
The
Cantripping.
Cantripping across the universe?
Yes,
Pretty much.
indeed.
Except I do
I
have
still-
Fireball. I'm hanging on to Fireball.
there you go.
I still have 6 spells to go, so.
Okay.
And I have my trusty crossbow. I could use that.
Hey, if we get a space big enough, I've got something too.
All right. You guys follow the trail of this hair, and as you turn a corner, you see in a cage suspended from the ceiling this a tall cavern, almost conical cavern from the ceiling, about 30 feet up, a chain holding a cage, a large cage, suspended maybe 8 feet off the ground, is the source of the hair. It's a Korrid. But his hair has grown so long that it climbs up the chain and into some cracks and crevices in the roof. It's flowing out from his hair and his beard down onto the floor all around him, filling the cavern, spilling out from where you guys are. He sees you guys and just rattles the cage. It's like, He's
You're
mad.
gonna have to toss me.
he's understandably mad. And
Does he?
Does it anger seem aimed at us or at something or someone else?
go ahead and make an insight check, Daniel.
No. Okay, let's see once. Oh, I've got a bonus. That's cool. Oh, yeah.
He seems mad.
Never-
He rattles the cage, and you hear him say,
Yeah.
like in a couple languages, just trying the different things that he knows. You hear this in Undercommon, Dwarvish, and Undercommon and Dwarvish. I don't think it even know Gnomish, Sylvan, or Terran, but he crying out like, "Release me! Release me!"
Okay.
In Undercarmen, I respond, why?
Because I don't deserve to be here. This is unjust. Are you here to rescue me or?
We're here to end the hair.
Come cut my hair off. You can cut it if you release me.
How did your hair become so long? I don't know if I can speak Undercommon. I can't find it, but I do know I speak Dwarvish for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. You speak to him in Dwarvish, asking him how his hair became so long. He turns to you and looks. He says, "Colored hair grows naturally, but we keep it trimmed. I've been here a long time."
Sorry, you skipped at grows naturally and then...
We keep it.
We keep it trimmed. He says he's been there a long time.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Good.
all of this came to pass because he needs a barber.
Why are you in this cage up here?
They kidnapped me. Jude betrayed me, and they left me here.
For what purposes? Do you know that?
Presumably to do things with my hair.
Okay.
I believe him. I don't.
I
you
say
know,
we
I'd
cut
say
him
that.
down.
Yeah, let's cut him down.
Maybe someone else should roll an insight check to make sure he's telling the truth and not actually trying to kill us.
Irelina, go ahead and roll me a history check and an insight check, because you said you believed him.
Okay.
Is this yeah, you don't understand any of this.
That works.
Was this the history or the insight?
History.
Okay. You know chords from what you read in terms of chords and when you were researching things hair like they're known for the amount of hair that they have, and they also are known he's not large. He's a small dude, probably Olgin size at most. It's hard to tell with all the hair. But you do know they get their strength from the ground, from the earth.
From the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Is it based on how much hair they have?
No.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so I say to him in Undercommon, if we let you down, we don't have any proof that you won't hurt us, but we do know you will be stronger.
Well, of course.
Yes.
I mean, what? I've been betrayed. I'm out. I'm out of here. Jude betrayed me to Eravastica. I'm done. I'm gone. Cut me down. I'll leave.
I don't think it was Jude. I think it was somebody else looking like him.
Whatever.
Okay, before we cut you down, we've encountered multiple creatures or lookalikes that as soon as they die fall apart into hair. You are a creature of hair stuff.
I'm not
Do you
made
know
of hair.
What the hell's going on?
I'm not made out of hair.
No, but you are
It's
quite hairy.
Eravastica. She combed my hair. This evil comb thing she's got.
Oh, like this comb that I pull out?
He looks at it. He's like, no, like a big evil comb. And he like stretches his hands out like this big.
Oh, so quite a lot
So-
bigger than...
And
Okay.
who is it we're looking for? What's their name?
Eravastica.
Aravastica.
She's who's in charge of all this crazy. Cut me down.
I go over there and look at how we could let him down.
The cage seems to have. It doesn't seem to have like a lock on the cage door. There's a cage door. Clearly, what is the door to this cage? There's no lock, but it does appear to be shut and closed shut somehow.
Can we reach the cage from where we are?
It's about the floor of the cage is about 6 to 8 feet in the air.
So no.
Yeah, you'd have to like boost somebody up to open it or something.
Okay.
You're gonna
May
have
I-
to toss me.
Well, may I make a crazy suggestion?
Yeah.
can he cover himself? Like, he's got a lot of hair, obviously. Can he surround himself with hair, like some sort of what's it called? Some sort of safety cushion kind of thing?
Okay.
Then we shoot a firebolt at the top of the cavern to hopefully hit the chain and just break the chain and let him drop.
We could
You
do
could-
that, or I could just press the digitation, the door open, and catch it.
But isn't that fun?
There's
Let's
there's
save the spell and use the
there's more
prestidigitation.
It's a cantrip. It's a cantrip.
there's
So
more
can-
hair, probably than chain actually, leading up around the chain and going up to the top of the roof here. It's not tight, but there is hair going all the way up. But you could firebolt the cage itself.
Yeah, but we could
Gotta break
potentially kill him.
As you guys are talking about this, he's like, "No, just do it. I'll be fine."
Okay, so we hit the cage or the chain? What's he
Cage
agreeing
is
with?
wood, isn't it? Or is the cage metal?
The cage metal.
Oh.
Okay, so I tell him, get as much hair in your cage as you can, and
Wait a
brace
minute.
yourself.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Give me 1 second to do this.
Where is the cage anchored to?
The roof.
Is it just okay? So it's not like looped through the roof and anchored to a wall.
No.
Rats.
I'm using the cantripped mold earth
Okay.
to release the anchor from the chain from the anchor in the ceiling.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh,
I'm
That'd do
looking-
it.
Looking this
that
thing
could.
up here.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's even better.
Ginger.
Target area is earth, shapes, colors, chains out stone. If the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you can cause it to become difficult. Manipulate one of the following. If you target an area of loose earth, you can instantly excavate and move it along the ground and deposit it up to 5 feet away. Not enough force to cause damage. You cause shapes, colors, or both to appear on the dirt or stone. Change lasts for an hour. If the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you cause it to become difficult terrain. Alternatively, you can cause the ground to become normal terrain if it's already difficult terrain. Its charge lasts for 1 hour. Rules as written, no, but we're just going to say it happens. So,
Well,
you-
rules is written. It says it could make it softer, which would allow the
difficult
metal
terrain.
to just fall out.
yeah, if the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you cause it to become difficult terrain.
It's
Yeah,
all
we'll say
yeah.
it happens. We'll say it happens.
okay.
You're
Real
like,
cool.
I got this. You do the thing. The chain in the rock around it detaches, and the weight of the chain kind of pulls, and then falls out. The chain itself falls to the ground, hitting the cage on the way down, rattling. The cage drops probably 2 or 3 feet, and the slack is taken up by this thing's hair. He gives like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's now hanging by his hair. With the weight of the cage. There's a weight of a cage added to that. Now on top of him, he's kind of pushed up against the top of the cage.
How big are the openings in the cage?
Not large. It's like a grate. The largest
Oh.
opening maybe 3 or 4 inches across. It's enough for him to stick his arm through. For him to be
How
grabbing
high
onto
is the
Okay.
ceiling?
I'm going to. Can we approach the cage?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I say we walk up there with our daggers and cut every piece of hair that's sticking out of the cage.
Okay.
Then we open the door.
The floor of the cage is probably 4 feet above the ground. The top probably 8 feet, which is where he currently kind of is, on the top of the cage, hanging by his hair.
Where's the apex of this thing? You know, the cavern. How high is the ceiling?
About 30 feet up.
Oh, that's a bit of a climb.
I mean, you can climb to the top of the cage and cut the hair there.
Yeah, I could certainly try.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be too hard once you're boosted up.
Yeah, we just cut every piece of hair that's sticking out of the cage.
What is
Can
that? Athletics?
Can I use my knife with prestidigitation to do that?
I don't know if
What's the range?
prestidigitation
Send it
can
up there?
do that. Somebody boosts Ulgan up. He like climbs on top. Gray light starts going and chopping hair that's hanging out. As you do so, because you're so close to the source of this, you see the hair extending out from you, turning the metal, creeping away down the hall, down where you came from, and towards the unexplored places as well. You chop Ulgan from on top, chopping away at the hair that's holding it up. And as you chop, the hair that's still holding him up gets less and less and less, till he's hanging by a few strands, and you just hear tearing as the bit of hair that's still holding him up rips out, and he falls to the ground along with you, along with the cage. This clatter, the cage falls onto its side. He's inside the cage. You manage to leap off without taking any damage. The door of the cage is still shut. He, from the inside of this thing, stands up, and you see him just pound against this cage door on the inside, and it seems to be something keeping that door closed, but he eventually just breaks through, and hops out, pulling the little bit of hair that's still there. You guys chop that off. Thank you. I'm gone. And he starts walking out.
Which way?
The only way. The same way you guys came in.
Okay.
So as soon as he walks out, I send Daisy to the entrance as well to just keep some sort of watch, because if indeed everywhere the hair is turned metal, if there is indeed that person with difficult name around somewhere, and
Ervastica.
that person,
Yeah, difficult name.
yes, and she or he, they, whatever, they obviously see the hair and also turning it to metal, and they probably know what it means. So I putting Daisy there as some sort of guard in case we get visits.
Okay. You guys, this room is now, there's some metal hair coming from the ceiling, metal hair all around you on the ground. An open cage, and the cord has left the building. Just like, I'm out, I'm done. Walks out the room.
Did we ever get his name? Elvis, maybe?
You
I don't
did.
know.
So what y'all doing?
Well, there's another tunnel to go down.
Yeah.
I am getting
But
tired.
should we rest for a while and get spells back?
You guys could try, yeah.
I'm just thinking this is a defensible location.
Yes.
Especially, I need 4 hours. As an elf, I need 4 hours of trance. So if we can find a way to work.
I think all the elves, high elves,
Yes.
have gray light. You would need more, but the two.
Actually, I thought since I'm in the Underdark, I go down to that too.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
Not like mechanically, you don't become an elf. In terms of needing only 4 hours for a long rest, yeah. I don't think half elves have that. You're half elf,
So
right?
maybe
Yes.
Okay. Half orc, half elf. No, that's just an elf thing, a full elf.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys could take a long rest here, and be comparatively defensible.
okay.
All right. Well, let's get done then.
You guys barricade yourselves in, taking some of the metal strands of hair and kind of propping them across the entrance to kind of create a barricade. You have
Like some chicken wire fencing.
the little Daisy standing guard. Take turns sleeping throughout the night. You hear as you kind of like take turns keeping watch, you hear far off some noises of the creepy underground caverns here. A couple drips from far off.
Sounds of home.
A couple small cries for help. You hear very far off kind of the faint sounds of what almost sounds like a party. The night passes without incident. If you can tell, it's night. You feel rested. So you guys go ahead and take the benefits of a long rest. See, everything's back to normal. And
Yay,
the next
rage.
day you take down your little chicken hair fence and go back out to the room where those 8 Zvarts and the Warlock were. Their dead bodies are still there now, covered in strands of metal hair, largely.
Well,
You can
the
go
Warlock
back
isn't there
to the
anymore.
entrance, or you can continue on down the passage that you have not yet explored.
Let's continue on.
So for a long rest, do we heal naturally any amount?
Back to full health. Yeah, on
Okay.
D&D Beyond, there's literally a long rest button. You hit it and then confirm, and then it does it for you, which is kind of handy.
Oh, it did. It did my health, but it did not restore my spell points in that. It just told me that I got X number of spells back, but it didn't actually give them to me.
Then
Well,
you
you
can
can
just
clear them. Clear them.
yeah, you can manually
Just
click
clear
the box.
manually.
Yeah.
If it bugged out, you can probably send them like a bug report, because long rest should return all of your spell slots. So you go down this kind of passageway, kind of climbing over metal hair. You reach a chamber, and you see 2 grates, circular grates on the floor. One of them, the hair is actually reached into his down, and the other one is not. And as you guys approach, you hear a faint, "Help me!"
So what? Great.
Circular metal. I'm trying to think of another word for grate. It's
Manhole
like-
cover.
Yeah, like think of like a cover of a manhole in the street, just with more holes in it.
Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You hear from one of them. You hear like a faint "Help me!"
What language?
Common.
I can hear it. It's not just blah blah blah, Ginger.
Yeah.
I go and stick my nose in there.
You stick your nose in there, and as you do, you like try to look, and your eyes adjust to the darkness down there. We're just going to assume that one of you has a torch, so Ulgan can see squat. And you look down, and you see at the bottom of this 30-foot deep floor cell, Jug.
Oh Lord.
Wait. Didn't we leave him upstairs? Both of him?
I did warn you guys for this. I already said, how do you know this is the real Juke? So, can I...
It's like
Well-
Juke 3.
Yeah, so I shout down to Juke 3, good, neutral, evil, whatever, Juke. Can you open your mouth and show us your teeth? Can we see that era?
He's like, sure, why? He like opens his mouth. From where you are, you don't really see anything. I'm trying to
Don't get
remember
a
which one of them
reflection.
which one was
Good
Evil Jude?
Good Juke had a teeth.
Good Jude had the tooth, that's right.
Yeah, could you get a metal tooth? So I hope that the light will reflect on
Well,
that. maybe.
Because Juke had an iron tooth.
Yeah,
As you
Yes.
said. That was the exact phrasing you used,
yeah,
was
that's
iron
right.
tooth.
I'm remembering now. It's
And
been a hot
Faye
minute.
generally don't get along well with iron.
Yeah, no, you from the bottom of the pit 30 feet away, opening his mouth in darkness, you can't tell.
Even with my improved dark vision?
It's like looking from 30 feet away in darkness into somebody's mouth and trying to tell if they have a
Right.
metal tooth. It's
okay,
hard at
that
that
won't work.
distance. Yeah.
So just as a little note here, since the weapons I'm using are all one-handed, Olgan could very easily be carrying a torch or a lantern or something. He's
Yeah.
not using a shield, so yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. So, I shout down something along those. Hi, Duke. We've met you and you before. How do we know you are the real Duke this time?
He's like, you'll have to trust me. I can explain everything. Is Mops okay?
That's his daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, maybe she is with, you?
He looks horrified. He says, which me?
The one with the metal tooth. Nice guy.
No,
I think.
the metal tooth did nothing for him, but when you said nice guy, there was a wave of relief that passed over him. He says, what about Bezoar?
Who?
Who?
Hairy dude.
Oh,
In a
evil
cage?
you.
Say what?
So are you talking about evil you, Duke, or the what's his face
The thing in the
hair
cage.
Korrid.
creature?
He's a Korrid.
Yes,
he okay?
the thing in the cage. We found
Yes.
a thing in the cage.
We let
cut
him go.
Cut him down.
Oh, good. Can you let me out, please?
What
What's
do you
the
know?
other one's name?
Yeah,
Bezoar.
the difficult name.
No, the lady person.
Lady
Do you
difficult
know the
name.
lady person's name?
Can you put her
Rivastica.
name? Yeah, can you put her name maybe in Discord chat era
I'll put it in
for reference?
Boom. Roll 20 chat. Eravastica.
Yeah, but that's the way Olgan would have said it. Is like, the lady person.
Yeah.
What's the lady person's name?
It's Eravastica. She's responsible for all of this mess.
Explain.
And point me in her direction.
He excuse me. He goes on to tell you this tale of how a while ago I'm trying to freaking find all the craziness. Here we go. Sorry. Got it. There's Eravastica came and to my shop and she took control over me. She took Bezoar, she brushed his hair with her evil comb thing and put him in a cage, and that was the start of it. His hair, and he just like gives this shudder. It's evil now. And she made me touch out, or she made me tear out some of his hair. He like sighs again, and I've been here ever since.
So I should really not use the comb on my feet.
Yeah, but is it the same?
I don't think it's the same comb.
No, because the care didn't recognize it as the evil comb.
Yeah.
But I do show the comb to him and say, "Do you recognize the comb that we found here?"
Looking up, he says, like peering up through the darkness where he is. No, I don't.
I drew up a rope to him.
Okay. He lift off the great, drop a rope. He climbs out. Thanks you profusely. He says, you've not torn her hair out, have you? His hair?
Whose hair? Carrots?
Cords. And as he looks, he sees all the hair has become metal.
Jeff Bezos?
We cut it for him, but he still has his hair.
he looks at you, kind of like concerned. He says, "We have to find him and stop that. Stop his evil hair."
So
His
it's the
hair?
cord's hair is like doing its own thing.
When Aravastica combed it, it became evil.
But
She
we
made me
cut it
tear
all.
out. Oh, say again?
But we cut almost all of it off. He's got not much hair left.
Most of it.
If there's any hair, it'll grow back and it'll be evil.
Isn't he made from hair?
We should scalp him.
Cords themselves are not made from hair, but they have like their hair is like their primary feature, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
Bezoar was unusual. When you cut his hair, it turns into whatever cut it. But
Yeah, we saw
when
that.
when you bite it, a lot of it, or tear a lot of it, it becomes a copy of you. And your evil hair messed it up. Bad.
I made evil copies.
He nods. Yeah.
That's
But-
where the copies came from.
I've got a lot is gotten clear for me. I do have one more burning question though. I get evil you. I get that now. But what is the deal with other good you? Like what?
He shrugs. He's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just the opposite of whatever tears it. She made me pull out two. Maybe one wasn't combed evil yet. I don't know.
Where is she? That's my question in all of this.
Grams has his own carrot.
I don't know. I've been here most of the time. In this cell.
I have a question. I have a theory.
Okay.
Since we've been cutting this hair and doing all this to this hair, I have a stupid question.
Yes.
Okay.
Does all the hair interconnect?
What do you mean? Like all the hair came from the Korit. All the hair came from Bezoar.
Yes, but like, is it all the hair that's all over everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Is it interconnected?
Yeah.
Well, it all sprouted from the same place.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm
I'd
saying,
say
is
so.
it all touching itself?
Yes. There's
Yes.
no strands that weren't connected to him.
Well, no, I'm saying right now, all the stuff that's scattered all over everywhere.
The metal hair is all. There's not like a bar of metal hair here and a bar of metal hair there. It's just this thick
It's all touching itself.
cord. Yeah.
So it all counts as a single item object that I can see.
Sure.
Yes.
Don't
I
touch
think
the
you're-
hair.
I think you're splitting hairs.
No, I'm making sure that the specific
Conditions are being met.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, it's
curious
a
what you're
freaking
thinking.
massive object.
Doesn't matter size.
So what are you planning? I'm curious.
I can burn all of it at once.
It's metal.
Exactly.
His burned metal. Remember what he did to the boots?
Oh, you heat metal?
Oh, heat metal. Yeah, that's
you
not
can heat
burning,
it up.
that's heating.
I
It's-
can cast that and it would affect the entire object
Yes.
at
But we-
once.
But we are standing
Everywhere.
on it. Okay, so I get it, but why? Like, what?
She's
What did
close
you
to
do?
it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Any henchmen or anything that's left are close
it would,
to it.
It would take a long time, and you'd be concentrating. So it takes a minute of concentration. Like that spells 1 minute of concentration.
Right.
Choose a manufactured metal object that you can see within range. Cause the
Uh-huh.
object to glow red hot. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. So for 1 minute, you can start to heat this object.
Uh-huh. And it would hit the entire object simultaneously.
I mean, you can certainly try. You'd then have to walk across it to get anywhere with it. But yeah, you
Once
can
it
certainly try.
cools, but then it would be dead.
Well,
Maybe.
if
Metal.
it's in contact with the hair.
If it happened to be wearing the hair, I mean, it's technically probably not a manufactured metal object, but so, and we're talking probably, I mean, several hundred feet of it.
I know.
But I mean, you can try. You can use your spell for that and see what happens. Yeah.
I think I
I
was
just
wondering.
figure it's worth a try.
Yes. I
What do you guys think?
wonder though. I think it's a great idea, but what if he isn't on the hair, standing on the metal hair anymore? Like he's already outside somewhere.
What if she is, though?
Oh, that's interesting.
Or
Yeah.
what if her magic comb is?
Or what if Gujuk and his daughter are?
That stuff didn't come to upstairs.
It didn't go all the way upstairs.
Yes, but they can come downstairs.
And then they went
With
back
how scared
upstairs.
they were coming downstairs.
Yeah, we forced the one downstairs, and then as soon as we let him go, he ran back up. It's like, what?
That's fair, true, very true. Yeah, forgot. Okay.
So, is there a space we can stand on that we would not be standing on the hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I say I do it.
Okay.
What do
Yeah,
you
why
rest
not?
say?
Okay.
I think it's worth a shot. I mean, it's an interesting.
Who brought the air conditioner? It's gonna get hot in here.
For 1 minute. And it'll cool.
I think maybe Irlina and I can use our prestidigitation to, well, cool it down a bit faster if we start walking already.
We can.
So
Okay.
metaphorically, blow it off.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
base. Pretty much.
Okay,
better.
I'm doing it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. You cast heat metal, and from where you are, you see this thing glow red hot, and it travels very quickly down both sides. The room gets very warm, and you don't hear any sound. There's no like screaming in the distance or anything. You guys are just standing there as Gray Light's holding his hand out, heating this metal and continuing to heat it. After a little bit, it dies down. You stop, and the metal begins to cool down from where you are, again traveling out.
Start getting that cooling metal sound.
Yeah, no.
Ticking.
So, what are you guys doing? You've heated metal very hot.
I think I or Irlina, one or two will probably cast prestidigitation to cool it down quicker.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
We'll say for purposes of walking across it safely, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still warm probably, but not hot.
Olgan's actually a little cautious at this point because, well, he doesn't wear shoes.
It's cooled.
Okay, so
the metal
Prove
hair
to
is
Olgan,
cooled.
it's okay. I lay my bare hand down on the metal
You're
for like say 10, 20 seconds. Like, come on, dude, it's okay.
Okay.
I cover my hand.
His
filled
feet are
with
valuable
blisters.
to him.
I
So
cover my hand that's full of blisters right now.
you guys presumably eventually will be going in search of Arabastica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking
Yeah.
from a standpoint of time here.
Yeah, we have like an hour.
Say again?
I said, yeah, we have like an hour, right, David?
Well, it's already 10 minutes past 4 a.m., so preferably
Yeah,
like 30
half
minutes.
an hour or so. Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys follow this hair, metal hair, down the various passages, exploring, trying to find where Aravastica is. Places you go in one place, in the heat from this has turned an normally probably cold and damp cavern into somewhat of a sauna. Mushrooms are just withered right next to the hair. Leads to a dead end. And then further back the other way, you follow. You see what might have been once it's decorated like it's a temple. There are skulls and bones, and there's like this sort of weird sacrificial altar, and there's blood in a bunch of places. So maybe something happened here gross, but there's nobody here now. No dead Zvarts that have been toasted at all here. You follow the hair further down to the final unexplored passage, and you hear ahead kind of chaos. A bunch of Zvarts just chattering about. You can hear from a good ways down the passage from you. This passage that you're in kind of winds around, and maybe 40 feet ahead of you, you can see kind of some light a little bit.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
I say go back to the temple. I felt at home there. It felt cozy.
We keep going. Let's find out what this is and get it done.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Are you guys trying to sneak up or just marching in?
Oh, we can sneak.
Okay.
Yeah,
Everybody give me stealth rolls.
So, where do I
Yeah,
have
all right, decent.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Nah, never mind. Hey, don't
Okay.
forget, I have a zombie. Guys, don't forget, I have a zombie tailing me, and those guys aren't quite.
Yeah, they're not. That's probably why.
Yes, let's blame Daisy.
Yeah. As you guys try to sneak up, you hear somebody, like a female voice, louder than all the other Zvarts, shout something. They
But
are
it's
quiet.
a smart. Is it a smart voice?
It's hard to tell. It's a female voice. But beyond that, it's hard to tell. Shouts something, and then the hubbub kind of subsides as you guys kind of creep up around the corner. Maybe somebody made
Creep.
a noise. Maybe somebody tripped. It's hard to tell, but they seem to have heard you coming. And as you kind of come around the corner, you see a large room, huge cave, maybe 50, 100 feet.
Oh, yeah.
It's big. This thing is big.
Firebolt.
Here we go.
Filled with filth, rats, hair. You see this metal hair come to an end right as you approach it. And the cave opens up, and ahead of you, you see dozens and dozens of Zvarts. And sitting in the middle of them on some sort of stone throne, probably about human-sized, if not a little bit larger, Zvart. About 10, actually not human-sized, she's about 10 feet tall, purple skin, female. If you were a Zvart, you could see why she might be just of rare beauty. But she's freaking ugly to you guys. And you see some of these Zvarts appear to be like holding presents up to her and like looking at you, and some of them are like doing like all sorts of various acts. This is the room where they are here, and they all love Aravastica, and she's quieted them, and they're all looking at you guys.
I like to rage.
Should we roll initiative?
Oh, yes, we should.
Okay. Go ahead. So, Olgin, we've got a 16 for you.
Passable.
A 5 for Greylight.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
That's good.
Whoever goes first.
And 7 for you.
Rolls. Natural 20, critical failure 1, and a net 20 again.
I'm gonna roll initiative.
This
This.
shouldn't
Oh
be
man.
possible.
And this. And Aravastica. Okay. This will be fun. So there's probably about 45 Zvarts
Oh, good lord.
plus in this room. As you see
I would like to pee my
all of you,
pants.
the Aravastica points at you and screams something, and all the Zvarts start scrambling over themselves to get at you. It seems to be some sort of attack. Scream. Daenir, you got 2 to 4 dozen Zvarts headed your direction. What are you doing?
Okay, let's see. Is it technically possible for me to what's it called charm Aravastica?
You can certainly try. I think. Does the person have to be hostile to you? Or can the person be hostile to you?
Yes. That's
Yes.
what we get.
Let me see what this says
But
here.
it only does one step, right?
Charm a
No,
humanoid you can see within
It's the
range.
Crown
She
of
can-
Madness.
Oh,
And-
Crown of Madness.
Crown of Madness skill.
Let me see.
Because that would mean that Aravastica would be fighting for us against the horde of Zwart. And that would be neat. Cool.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be something.
Yeah, I mean, we can just go and kill all the Sparks and
Yeah,
with her,
And kill
and
they
her?
do that.
then backstab her with a javelin or something. Cool. Okay,
Yeah, you can
I'm
certainly try.
casting Crown of Madness on Aravastica.
Okay, so this is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Yes. Fingers crossed that this works.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Failed.
I think
I
it
need
works.
to step away for a bit, you guys.
That fails.
How does that feel?
She fails, meaning it succeeds.
Oh, she fails.
Yeah,
Oh,
she fails the saving
okay,
throw. She
yeah.
rolled an 11.
I
Like
need
that.
to step away for a couple minutes. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So as she screams this attack towards you, all these Svart starts swarming towards you, and you see this crown of metal appear on her head, and her eyes turn red. So she must use an action before moving to make a melee attack against a creature other than stuff that you mentally choose. Can act normally if you choose no creature or none are within its reach. You have to use your action to do this. On subsequent turns, and can make a wisdom saving throw to try to do it. So you got concentration on you now. So if you get hit, you have
Yeah.
to make the saving throw on that. So
Yes.
this will be
basically,
fun.
That's the only.
Say
Yes,
again?
fair. So basically, I can't do anything else if I don't want this to end.
You can use your bonus action to direct Daisy.
Basically, yes, of course, but like a main action
Right.
is my concentration on Crown of Madness. Okay.
Correct. Correct.
Uh, Yes, okay, so I use my bonus action to guide Daisy to the closest Dwarks. That,
Okay.
well, at least close to me.
and
And say, attack Forks, general.
yeah, she. So for purposes of some of this, we'll say like if you were to cast a fireball or something that has like a big, large area of effect thing, you'll probably catch 8, maybe 10 of them in it, as they're spread all throughout this room, and these guys are gonna pop pretty easily. They're little minions. We'll say they got 1 hit point. So she slams down on us. It just splatters. This one is not made of hair, so it's pretty messy. Two of the Zvarts you see raise their hands and shoot out at you guys. Scorching Ray. So that's going to be, I don't even remember this. Scorching Ray is what? 3d6, 4d6, 4 attacks. There are 4 of you. So each of you is going to get targeted twice here. 1d20 plus 3. So against Daenier, either one of those doesn't hit, does it?
Don't think
Don't
so.
think so.
I've got
Can't
an
imagine that
AC.
hitting. Yeah.
No, I've got an AC of 11.
All right. Against Ulgan, a 17 and a 19.
Oh, ouch! Yeah, those hit.
Okay, so that'll be a total of
Yee!
19 points. Ouch.
I actually felt that.
Of fire damage on you. Against a gray light, that's going to be a 10 and a 12.
Miss.
Okay. And against Irelina, that's going to be an 11 and a 23. So that'll be 4d6 fire. Ooh,
Ouch.
Yee!
21 points of fire damage.
She's
on
not going to be
Irelina.
happy when she gets back.
No, she won't. I'm just I'm gonna write this down. Here, I'll keep track of her damage for.
So these are with
Olgan.
11. Oh, wow.
How far away is she?
There is a swarm of Svarts between you and her, but she's
Mhm.
probably 50 feet away.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I will start waiting. I'll rage and flail about me.
You can't attack Aravestica, you know that, right?
It'll
Yeah, if you-
be
if
a
you
while
attack
before I even get
Aravestica.
there.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
actually,
Sorry,
so it was some Zvarts that did that, right? Not Aravastica.
Correct.
yes,
Two-
Aravestica is on our side.
It appears
She-
two of the Zvarts
Right.
are those warlocks.
Okay.
Aravastica is currently charmed and is on your side for the moment.
Well, I start
Carolina?
frothing and flailing and start aiming toward those warlock things. Just
Okay, you're
making
gonna have
my
to cut
way.
through a fair few to get there, but you can make it there eventually. The Irelina, two of the Zvarts are warlocks, and they
Okay.
cast Scorching Ray, 2 bolts to everybody basically between them, and you got crit for 21 points of fire damage.
21 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. They rolled a 4d6, and 3 of those were 6s.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
She's like, nope.
Somebody's gonna burn. So, yeah, all right.
Yeah, go ahead and make your swings with your thing there. Okay, so you'll whack and kill 2 of them as you wade through. Holy crap! Yeah, you start wading through these guys, killing 2 of them. One turns to hair, the other one turns to hair, and continue charging forward. You can try to get closer to Aravastica.
I feel
but-
a little like a miniature version of Sauron.
Yeah, right. You're gonna if you try to move much closer to Aravastica, you could close the distance to about 25 feet away from her, but you're gonna take opportunity attacks from about 10 of these little dudes.
Well, yeah, I'll wade forth slowly.
Okay, sounds good.
Surf's up.
Yeah, I'm using
Right.
I'm using like the mob attacks to do that. I'm not going to be rolling attacks individually for 45 Zvarts. That's ridiculous.
That makes sense.
It's Aravastica's turn. She turns to the Zvarts next to her as they're running past her towards you guys, reaches down with one hand and just claws one. It's going to be
Quick check, Era.
Yeah.
Isn't it that I can mentally choose a creature?
but it
So
has to
in
be
that
it has
case,
to be
I-
before she moves. The only thing next to her are little Zvarts running around.
So I had to do that during my Darming turn action.
No, it's her turn. So basically, the way it works is you can choose of the myriad of very similar looking Zvarts near her. You can choose her targets, basically, before she moves. If she has to move to do something, she can move
Yes.
and then act normally.
Okay, so in that case, she could take any of the sword.
Yeah, so she basically just starts
Yeah.
clawing at the
Yes.
Zvarts near her. She claws at one, just eviscerates it. A second one, same thing, picks up a third and bites its head off.
Ozzy!
Yeah. Yay!
Mike Tyson. Wait.
The Zvarts are swarming forward. They surround Ulgan. Probably 8 to 10, maybe 10 of them just surround him.
Come at me, bro.
Your +4. What's your armor class?
15.
All right. So a second. So you'll take hits from. I've never used the blobbed combat rules from the DMG before, so this is like new to my brain here. So probably about 4 of them are going to hit because you're raging. That would be 10 points of damage total from all of these as they coming at you and climbing over each other and stabbing at you over their friends. So you'll take 10 points of damage from that as they're all swarming over at you. Some other of them are also coming towards the rest of you guys as you are in this hall. The rest of you are further back. They're also going to be swarming over towards the zombie, whose armor class is very low. She'll also take 10 points of damage. So she's got 22 points of damage. She's now got 12. So she's down to half health as these things are just swarming on top of her. Irelina.
Yeah, I'm going half health too.
Fireball.
Okay, you could easily catch 10 of these things in a fireball, unless you want to cast it directly on like where Ulgan is, and catch maybe 15 and shape it around him.
I don't want to cast on him because he's going to move and jump into it, and I'd have to end up shaping it more than I need to. So I'm going to go over in the other corner and burn as many as I can over there.
Okay, you can catch the one of the warlocks in one corner, and probably 8 of the little Zvarts around him as they're running forward.
But that's what I want to do. I want to get rid of one of the damn warlocks.
Okay.
Cool.
So let's see. That is a Dex 14.
Yep. This is for the warlock. Okay, so he fails.
Ooh,
And then
yeah, I like
mathematically, so 6, they've got a +2 to their dex. Mathematically, average is 12. So it to be 14, 12. So 2 of the 8 will fail. Will save. 6, and the warlock will fail.
Is that still half damage?
It's
For-
half damaged if they
In
fail.
this?
So go ahead and roll your. Okay.
Oh! Dag!
That's a lot.
That's a lot of damage.
You
like,
just
up the
incinerate
level.
a large swath of them.
What's 30, 60, 60, 80? Holy crap. All right.
18
Yeah, 18
and
is
a half.
halved.
19 if you're rounding up.
What did you cast? What level is that? That's like
It's
that's
third
that's
level.
third level. I forgot
yeah,
that's
it's third
8d6.
level.
That's right.
But I'm an evoker, so it may have boosted it a bit. I don't know.
No, it's 8d6 normally. At third
Okay.
level. That's
Okay.
a lot of damage. My brain just popped. As did all 8 Zvarts. The warlock is just like toasted a little bit. About half of them were made out of hair. The other half were blueberry. Greylight.
I have to say,
How tall
you
is the
know how
ceiling
to take
in here?
revenge.
Sorry, say again.
How tall is the ceiling?
Probably 30 feet up at its highest.
Not tall enough then. Needed a lot taller than that. Okay. I'm going to target a different one of the casters The one I can target that's farthest away from me.
Okay. So this guy's off kind of to the right-hand side of the room.
Okay. How far away is he?
Maybe 60 feet.
Okay, this wouldn't be that far then. Well, I'm going to cast Thunder Wave, which is a 15-foot cone.
Okay, so you'll have to kind of wade into those Varts in front of you.
Yeah.
All right. So this is, let me double check this. Constitution saving throw. Oh my. So as you go forward, you can catch probably maybe 4 of them in this wave in front of you as they're kind of gravitating towards, currently gravitating towards Ulgan and the zombie. You can kind of go to the side so you don't catch them in it. You'll catch probably 4 of them in it. So they're gonna make Constitution saving throws. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. What was your DC?
Okay.
Let's see here.
Probably 14.
14.
Okay, so 2 will fail, 2 will save. Go ahead and roll your 2d8, and we'll see what they do. Okay, so 2 of them just get blasted back. One of them splatters, and the other one just turns into this cloud of hairs. Thunder echoes throughout this chamber. 2 more of them don't seem to be like they're hurt, but they're not as affected by it. They do take half the damage, but they're still alive, barely, but holding on to life. Kind of staggering in front of you. You could probably breathe hard or burp, and they'd fall over. The rest of them are still scrambling towards you, Danier.
Okay, so I cast work that does work. I think. 1 second. I was quickly reading up on skills.
Oh wait, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay,
So
I'm
these guys
going-
just had the one.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Magic Missile,
Mhm.
which means I can
Are
cast
you
5
removing
of those.
Crown of Madness?
Oh, crap! Yeah, no, I'm definitely not removing that.
Okay.
Never mind. So, I am basically ordering her to make her way to the other warlock while she's bludgeoning things.
Okay. You can't
And,
actually order movement. You can just tell her who to attack next to her. Otherwise, she just acts normally. It's a weird spell.
Okay, well then, the warlock isn't next to her, right?
Mm-mm. He's
Crap,
kind of
okay,
maybe
well
about
then,
15, 20 feet off to her side. Both of them.
okay, well in that case, let her attack as much. So,
Okay. She continues, I guess, clawing at the Zvarts that are next to her. They, seeing her just eviscerate their friends, they're also running from her as they're running towards you guys. She's gonna bite. That'll hit. Well, it's supposed to be a claw, but it's the same thing. Claw. Okay, so she'll kill 2 of them as they run past her. One of them manages to duck underneath at the last minute, screaming, running. The warlocks, both of them are actually still on their feet. They're gonna do the same thing again. They only have the 2 spell slots, but
before that, I'm
broke.
going to send
Yeah.
Daisy to the warlock with the lowest health to attack him.
okay, she's got a small crowd of Zvarts around her. She'll probably be taking some opportunity attacks if she moves.
Oh yeah, let her attack the Xar, whatever things around her.
Okay, so she's gonna take a thunk at one of the Zvarts next to her. That will be bloop. Not quite enough. There's so many of them just swarming and surrounding her that she's having a hard time like actually getting any force down. She kind of swings, but one of the Varts just grabs onto her arm and goes for a little bit of a ride. You're down to maybe about half this Vars, maybe about 2 dozen left in the room as they're just getting exploded by fireballs and mauls and craziness. Both of the warlocks are going to try their words, Scorching Rays again. So at each of you. This is going to be a 1d20 plus 3. So against Daenir, that's a 4 and a 5. Wow.
Fail again. Nice.
Against Ulgan. Okay, that's a little more normal. Jeez. It's 2d8, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
Believe
that's 12 points of
Ouch.
fire damage on Ulgan as he's raging in the
That's
middle of
like
the room.
half of my remaining health.
Oh my. Against Irelina, or I'm sorry, against Greylight, that's a 19 and a 15.
They both hit. I got 15.
Ooh, okay. 4d8. So a total of 16 points of damage. And against Irelina, I got a 9 and a 9. Which I don't think either one of those hits.
Nope, doesn't hit.
And the Warlocks are out of spell slots.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So that's good. Ulgan, you just got hit by a couple blasts of fire. There's a bunch of little Zvarts around you.
Yeah. So, Irelina was kind enough to clear out an area
Mhm.
around one of the warlocks. So I'm going to clear a path in that direction.
Okay. So you start charging towards the left where they are. You just take a whack at one of the
Yeah.
Zvarts next to you and a whack at the other one. Go ahead and roll for your attacks. That'll hit. And that'll hit. So you just destroy two of the warlocks. These are both hair, little strands of hair coming off from you. There's only about 2 more Zvarts right next to you. So if you wanted to, you could kind of chug over and use your movement to get in the thing's face. You'd take 2 opportunity attacks, but you could try.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
This is going to work in our favor. He's never going to be afraid
Oh.
of the barber again.
I only have 14 hit points left. No big deal. Let's do it.
Okay. Well,
Oh, ouch!
one will
Both
hit. The other one
both
doesn't.
hit.
Do both hit?
15 is my AC.
So total of 7 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
As you are able to run over there and you get right up in the face of the warlock that's like singed and looking really bad. It's Aravastica's turn. She already. Wow. I totally forgot. I realized I forgot to make
Yeah,
a wisdom
yeah.
saving throw at the end of last turn. She claws at the 1. Lag. Kills 1.
Okay.
Lag. Kills another.
She's had 3 turns. I've had 1.
Yeah, this is like her 3rd turn. You gave her an extra turn on David's turn.
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did wrong. That's what I did wrong. Oh well. She kills 3 more. You can't
Sweet.
complain too much. And
She's a boss.
She's gonna make her wisdom saving throw, and we'll see what happens here.
Oh.
Okay, so she saves, so she's no longer under the effects, and then her next turn will be acting normally. The Zvarts are
Unless she gets charmed again.
Sure, yeah, that's totally possible with you guys. The Zvarts are swarming now towards the zombies. Some of them are trying to get over to Ulgan, racing across the bodies of their fallen brethren. The Zvarts are gonna swarm around the zombie, and they stabbing, and she climbing on her arms, and she goes down underneath them. Based on how many there are, we're gonna have. What's your AC, Greylight?
15.
Okay, so they would need 11 to get to you. Okay, 2 are going to try to hit you. Or 2 will hit you, because there's probably 5 or 6 around you. So that'll be 10 points of damage on you, as Zvarts are starting to come near you. It's Irelina and then Greylight.
Okay.
And then Daenir, actually.
How many are left?
Little under 2 dozen. Probably about 20 left.
Oh wow.
Are there any congregated in a space kind of away from things, or?
Yeah, there is a blob around where the zombie was. There's probably about 10 there.
Let's do it again.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for your damage, and we'll see if they just pop automatically. Actually, no, they will pop automatically. Because even at half damage, that's almost impossible. Yeah. Even if you roll all ones. they'll
Really?
pop. Yeah.
Okay.
They've only got
Absolute
like
minimum is 4.
7.
So roll damage. 8d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
10 of them pop. You guys are down to about 10 now.
Cool.
Most of which are congregated around and in front of you, Greylight.
Of course.
So there's
And I'm
there's
down
probably
to very few hit points.
there's probably
We
about
do have healing. We do
there's-
have healing.
we do. There's probably about 8 in front of you, and there's another maybe 3 or 4 headed running towards Ulgan.
Okay, then let's get creative. How many are in front of me within 5 feet of each other?
Like directly in front of you within 5 feet. You've got probably 8 within 5 feet of you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, not of me, but of, say, a 5-foot diameter area,
Oh, 4.
not including me.
Yeah, like 4 can fit in one space basically.
Okay, I'm casting Flaming Sphere,
Okay.
and we're gonna bounce this thing around.
this sphere just grows, engulfing for the Svarts in front of you. That's what, a dex save?
Yes, Dex 14.
Or what? Like, what's the damage on it?
2d6 fire damage.
All right, go ahead and roll. 2 are gonna save, 2 are gonna fail. Okay, so
Ever.
this thing just balloons in front of them. 2 of them look to be on like the last legs of their life. 2 of them just incinerate, turning into hair, which then incinerates. Greylight did that. Daenier, you've got Greylight with some burning Svarts in front of him and a couple Svarts on either side. You've got 4 of them running after Ulgan as he's going towards a warlock on one side. There's a warlock on the other side. Looks like they're both getting ready to cast something else at you guys. What are you doing?
Save Olgan.
Okay, so
The guy in front of
I
Ulgan
am-
was like mostly dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, Olgan is too.
Okay, so I'm going to cast. Let's see, my magic missile
Mhm.
again. Is that right? That is definitely not right. No, sorry.
Magic missile will kill it.
No, yeah, a magic missile against the warlocks.
Okay, yeah, I can tell you he's dead enough. You don't even need to roll. He's got like 4 hit points, and that's guaranteed with that. So,
Okay.
as Ulgan, you're running towards him. You glance over your shoulder. You see 4 little Svarts going, screaming, running after you. You're like, ah! 3 bolts come arcing over your head and hit the warlock in front of you, who just falls to the ground in a small heap of hair, which is good.
Cool.
Ulgan.
Okay, before
No, I'm sorry.
one
The
question.
other warlock left.
Era, how long
Yeah.
do you think we will need before this is finished?
You guys are pretty dang close to done. You got a few Svarts left, and you've got Eravastica herself. 15
Okay,
minutes.
Okay, just checking because it's 4:45 already, and
Yeah,
it's
no, I
starting to
know.
get lighter outside already.
Trying to move things along here.
Cool. Thanks. Okay, moving on.
Okay. Hang on one
Oh,
second
fun.
here.
What's fun, love?
The artillery going off outside
Oh, really?
was at least 45, if not slightly higher in caliber.
Yay.
The one remaining Svart is going to. He can't do much of anything. He's gonna try to Eldritch Blast Probably Daenier, because you're the person who just did something and killed his friendo buddy. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a...
You killed his hair clone. How dare you?
No.
Nice. Come on.
Do we need to make a saving throw?
Nope, it's D20 plus 3. Alright, so that'll hit.
That is for sure.
That's not right.
What?
That's not
I'm
right.
sorry.
I meant to do 1d10, not 11.
That's okay.
Daenier
Heart
more
attack.
pops. No.
You were
You-
just
you
hammered
scratched.
with an Eldritch Blast.
He hits you with an Eldritch Blast that is of no consequence whatsoever. God, sorry. Olgin, you look over your shoulder. 4 little Zvarts are on your tail. What are you doing? They're about 10, 15 feet away from you.
Well, I was running toward that
Oh,
one,
before I
and
forget,
so
Daisy.
oh, Daisy.
Daisy's
Daisy.
dead.
When did she die?
She got swarmed by like 10 Zvarts, which were then exploded by Irelina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she went
one.
down.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
well, Olgin was running toward the warlock that Daenier just popped, and so he puts on the brakes, goes screech, turns around and charges back, laying waste, flailing about him, heedless of his 7 remaining hit points.
You got 4 on you.
Yep, taking
You're
48
gonna have to,
points
like,
of damage.
Ooh.
Yep, okay, here we go.
You're gonna have to make a healing tent for us when we're done.
Aren't you glad the druid is a medic?
Yes.
All right, you'll pop one
Oh!
and miss the other, unfortunately. So you've got 3 Zvarts on your tail. Eravastica now under control of her own will. She's going to... What is she going to do? She's going to run forward. Let's see here. She's going to charge past, actually, Greylight, and probably not Ulgin, but she's going to charge past where Greylight is to get up into the doorway and attack at Irelina.
Attack of opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
I at least have the slight advantage of being not much taller than the Zvart, so probably easier to lose in the melee.
Tiny but fierce.
All right.
That should hit.
Not quite, actually. You swing at her as she goes past, and your scimitar, it makes contact, but it doesn't. It seems to glance off, almost as if you were hitting a thick hide, which is unusual because she doesn't seem to have that thick of a hide.
Oh, Frel.
She rushes up to Irelina, trying to, with her arms spread wide, as if to give her a big hug. 21.
Shoot.
And you need to make a athletics or acrobatics check to see if you can escape this grapple.
She loves you.
Yeah, we're doing
And
Yeah, we're doing acrobatic.
Hey! Alright, so you squeak out
Nice.
from underneath. She reaches out and makes contact and squeezes a little bit. It's supposed to be 96 plus 5 damage right away, which seems a lot.
That is a lot.
So we'll
shoot.
do half that. That's not that. 4d6 plus 5.
I'm
You
down.
do take 14 points of damage as you squeeze, but you
Yep, I'm down.
squeak out from underneath her, so you're not like actively in her arms. Irelina,
I am out.
go ahead and make a death saving throw. So just a straight D10, or I'm sorry, D20.
Okay.
Hey, save. All right, that's good. Greylight, Irelina gets squeezed, but slips out. Not enough, or not in time to avoid going unconscious, but in time to avoid getting crushed completely to death. What are you doing?
Well, since the... Let me see here. Flaming Sphere does not take concentration to keep going and only takes a free action to move.
I'm gonna look it up. Maybe I want to look it up. Yeah. Yeah. It takes concentration, but other than that, you're good. Yeah, you can move it up to 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm going to stick it right up her rump. Where it's not attacking any of our guys, but it's right on her backside.
Okay,
You're gonna stick the sun where the sun don't shine.
You can also move it to catch another 4 of the Zvarts in front of you.
Yeah, but I can attack them and move that.
True. All right. So you run it up her behind, and this is a dex saving throw, right? Saving throw. Dex saving throw.
Yeah.
Blip.
Where's?
Hey, fails. Okay. So you should go ahead and roll for damage on Ervastica. As this sphere goes hurtling across the room, smacks up against the backside of this thing. She feels it hits her. She kind of like spins around to see this ball of fire right in front of her, and she looks up at you.
I give her a nod as I slice one of the other guys.
All right.
I might die, but I'm gonna die in style.
Yeah. Yeah, you kill it. That's for sure. That was your bonus action to do that. That's right. All right. All right. Danier. You've got
kill it.
this massive thing turned the other way from you. She seems to be more annoyed than anything by a ball of fire in her way. She's turned away.
Okay, so I'm going to cast my poison spray,
Okay.
which requires you to make a Constitution saving throw.
From Erevastica.
Yes.
Okay. No.
Okay, cool. That means she gets 2d12 damage.
Hey.
12. Correction. So,
I was
wait,
like, that's
no,
not
no.
quite right. You got an extra
It's
space
like-
in there.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, that's much better.
That's a lot.
This cloud of poison envelops her and kind of wraps around her head. She gives this massive long cough as she's not quite sure where it came from because she was facing away and it just wrapped around her head as it happened. The little Zvart in the corner is still trying to do his best to be a contributor to the war effort. Casts a what is this? Eldritch Blast at still at Danier.
Didn't they use all their spell?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
gossip.
He's down to his cantrips now.
Oh.
For another whopping 1 point of damage. Mother of mercy. Alright.
I have to say, so far during this whole campaign, I've lost a total of 2 hit points in total.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. I just realized I accidentally deleted the Zvarts out of the initiative order, so they've not gone in like a round and a half, but that's fine. Olgin, what are you doing? You got 3 Zvarts in your face.
I kind of have to flail about.
Okay.
I
Because
flail about and make a
think it
mosh
would
pit.
I think it would be a very bad idea to stop and try to drink a potion right about now.
You never know. Hey, that'll kill 1.
I don't know if that hits.
That'll miss the 2nd.
Nah, bummer.
But you're still whacking them 1 at a time.
Whack-a-mole.
Making sure you put enough effort behind it. The two Zvarts that are still there trying to stab at you, but
And I yell at them.
they don't seem to. They don't hit. Oh wait, hang on. I actually gotta roll for them. No, that's fine. They don't hit. One of them will make it through, right? Yeah, one will make it through to Greylight, as the 5 of them in front of him are still trying to stab at him. So you do take 5 points of damage from one of them.
Oh, fun.
Arivastica charges across the room towards you as well. Completely heedless of the little guys around you. She actually steps on one of them. And goes to reach out and grab you as well.
You being Ogun?
Greylight.
Oh, Greylight.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
So
Holy
go ahead and
cats.
give me that grapple escape, either acrobatics or athletics. How many hit points do you have left? Just kidding,
3.
Max. Oh,
Oof.
this is going south quickly.
Very quick.
Hey, I didn't say it was smart for me to do it this way. I just said that was how I was doing it.
So basically, if I get this right,
Yeah, I'm toast.
She grabs you, squeezes you, you blackness, and then fall to the ground. Irelina, death saving throw.
Ragdoll.
Carolina?
Mm-hmm. It's her turn.
What?
And then yours. A natural 1 is 2 fails. Okay, so you've got 1 failure, 1 success. Greylight, you're on the floor with some Zvarts near you and a big one standing over you. Go ahead and make a death saving throw.
Which is what?
Straight D20. Gotta beat a 10.
Oh.
That's 1 fail. That is 1 fail. Daenir, you're seeing your friends go down. What are you doing?
usually I would-
Irelina is right next to you. You could, like, I don't know if you have I think you all have a healing potion, right?
We all have at least one, and everybody else has 2. I'm the only one who's used any.
Okay, so you could use your action to jam a healing potion down her throat and bring her back to her feet, if you so chose.
yes.
I was
Yes,
just hoping
I
this
will.
cavern would have a higher roof.
I will. So I'm going to throw a potion to Erlina.
Okay,
You
I
have
forget.
to pour
Did
it
I
down
say
my throat.
they were
Yeah, she
greater-
can't catch
She's
it. She's
unconscious
already
on the
out.
floor, but you can
I'll-
rush next
I'll-
because she's right next to you. You rush over to her. Bleh, bleh. Swallow.
Anyway, I'll force feed her a potion.
So that's their greater healing potions. I said right.
Yes.
That's 4d4 plus 4 hit points.
So do I roll it or Erlina?
You roll it.
Roll 44 plus.
Wow. Not
Okay.
bad. So you're up to 15 hit points now, which is good.
Okay.
Coming up soon. So that, and you don't have to make death saving throws anymore, which is nice. The little warlock guy in the corner is doing his darndest. He's going to try to shoot at you again. This time it just misses and goes down the hall as you bend down to pour a potion down Irelina's mouth. Olgan, you've got 2 Zvarts in front of you. All the rest of the world is happening. What are you doing?
Sigh, flail about, and hopefully I take them down so next round I can maybe drink a potion and not get targeted by Lady what's her name.
Arafastica.
That'll kill one.
Lady gotta kill them all?
That'll kill both. Yay! So you've got excuse me. You smack the 2 of them. Arivastica turns and she's got the Greylight's body on the ground. The Zvarts are just like, yay! Cheering at her, just pretty much ignoring the rest of the world because she's pretty much filling their vision. She turns around, she sees the 2 wizards in the doorway. She sees Olgan just smashing things and killing her little minions next to her. She's gonna run over to Olgan and she's gonna try to to grab him up in a hug. Olgan goes down.
No!
It's a natural 20. So you managed. You're not like grappled and just like stuck there, and she continues to crush you. But she grabs you. Just you feel bones crack. Your vision goes black. You fall to the floor.
No! Damn it!
Irelina.
One round too late.
Irelina.
Who's on the ground right now?
You've got Greylight on the ground, and you've got Olgan on the ground.
Okay, free action. I'm gonna dump a potion down Greylight's throat.
Okay, so you can run past, kind of like circle around the other side of the room. You've got the four Zvarts are just still like cheering. They're like standing next to his unconscious body, but they're not really doing anything about it currently.
Okay, so
Wait a minute, there's 4 there now? Because there had been 3 there, and I killed one of them, so it was only 2.
There were 8. You killed 2 of them with the thing, with his flaming spear.
And then I killed another one with the sword.
Yep.
All
So
right,
that's
whatever.
8 down to 5, and then Arivasta came over and stomped on 1 to finish you off. So there's 4 left.
Okay.
so 44.
Yep, 44 plus 4.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
15 points of healing
Okay.
for
15.
Greylight, which
So-
is good.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's
And then can I cast a spell on top of that?
you can use Healing Word, yeah. Or like a bonus action spell. That's the only bonus action spell I can think of.
Oh, I don't know if I have any.
She doesn't have any healing.
If you have a bonus action spell, you could cast it.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see any.
Okay. Greylight, what are you doing? You surged it back to life. Irelina's got you. And there's some Zvarts cheering next to you. They look down, they're like, oh, he's not dead. What are you doing?
Okay. So her knocking me unconscious would disrupt the fireball.
Yes, it does. It does remove concentration.
And I have an idea what she is. Yeah. I'm gonna go for it. Charm person.
Okay, against Arivastica?
Actually, no. Hold person.
Okay.
Wisdom 14.
All right, let's see what happens.
Hey!
Barely passes. You see her slow down briefly and then manage to tear herself free and shake it off. She turns towards the door where now only Daenier is standing. Daenier, she's looking at you. What are you doing?
Okay, I am going to cast Ray of Sickness on her. So that'll be... Oh, crap.
Not enough to hit.
Guess.
Not enough to hit. You reach your fingers out, a gray tendril shoots across the room. She kind of turns and almost bats it aside just in time to avoid its effects. The little Zvart in the corner is just like cowering there. He like reaches out, shoots another Eldritch Blast at Daenier. Because he's like, this is like the one thing he knows in this world is to shoot Eldritch Blast at Daenier.
Ooh.
For 2 points of damage.
I got better at it.
Yeah. Olgan, you're unconscious on the ground and you should make a death saving throw.
Yay!
Yeah. Good.
Guys, just to give you an idea, if you look at the Discord, look over there. That is outside, through my curtains.
No, I know.
Oh,
We're trying to wrap this up. Arivastica comes for you. She reaches out her arms to give you her hug so far of death. Hello, Lag.
Ah.
She grabs you up, reaches, and you should make your acrobatics or athletics check.
That's to me or
To Danier, yes.
yes. Acrobatics or
Oh,
athletics?
nice.
Yep, acrobatics
Oh,
or athletics.
jeez.
Yes.
Whichever you prefer.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
So she grabs you, picks you up, squeezes hard. You take 22 points of bludgeoning damage as she just squeezes real hard. She's got you currently grabbed in her arms. And we'll continue
crap.
squeezing next turn. Unless something else happens. Irelina.
I've got 1 hit point left.
Oh.
Suddenly, I went down from almost max to 1.
She's the most dangerous thing in this room.
Oh yeah.
What are you guys doing? If you still have high level spell slots, you can shape like a fireball around Danier and have it hit only her in the
I don't
doorway.
have any more spells at 3rd level. I've got some 2nd level.
Oh, okay.
Can I? Yeah, fire is not working well. Well, I could try a flaming spear at her. Let's see what happens.
A flaming spear?
Yeah, let's do a flaming.
Okay, so she's got a dex save.
Dex 14. While she's grappled, so
Nope.
okay.
She will fail.
So that's 2d6.
Hey, not bad, not bad. You light up behind her, and she shrieks, and you get the sense she's starting to be affected by this stuff. She's starting to get hurt. You see as you, Danier, looking closer at her, she's having a rough time. Greylight.
She's too close to my friends to do most stuff. But I've got some of these munchkins still around me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna attack one.
Okay. You can if you're talking like getting an AoE spell, you could probably hit it where it would hit at least like her back without trying to get him in it, because she is hugging him up and probably shielding him from things too.
All the AoE spells I've got left have either a secondary effect of over 100 feet or need a ceiling of 100 feet.
Okay.
Or is
So
there
you're
none
gonna
left?
whack one of the dudes next to you?
And it's one of those where I don't think you want me to cast something that's going to deafen and knock unconscious everyone in here except her.
Nice. Yeah, probably not.
That would be
Because
an
everyone is up.
Well, Olgin's down.
How close is
I'm
he
about
to
to die.
He's within reach of you if you want to like run over and grab, but you'll take you get hit once by an opportunity attack, so you take 5 points of damage to do it, based on the numbers that are next to you.
It'd be worth it.
Okay, you run over the Svart's like shocked back into action. You're like, no! They swipe at you trying to get away, but you dodge most of them, take a nick in the back, run over to Ulgin, open, dump a healing potion down his throat. That's your 44
No.
plus 4. No?
I was going to cast.
Oh, even better. There you go. I mean, you can do both.
That's nothing.
Yeah, okay. Well, you take 4. You're up to 4 hit points now.
It's something.
Thank you.
It's yeah. Any something's anything. Danier, you're looking into like the neck of this thing grabbing you, Paravastica. She's
Yes.
ready to squeeze. What are you doing?
Okay.
Can I do a skill, or do I need to do a skill save check thing?
You can use your action to try and get out of this. Let me.
Oh, yeah.
Are you grappled and restrained? No, you're grappled, but you're not restrained. So you can your movement speed is 0. You can't you can't run away, but you can still like cast a spell into her face if you wanted to.
Do it. While she's yelling, put it in her mouth.
Am I going to do this? Yes, I am. Can you make a wisdom save for her?
Okay. Here we go. What are you doing? I'm excited.
Crown of Madness.
Again.
Crap.
Saves.
It would have been a brilliant idea.
It would have been amazing. It would have been good. The little warlock Zvart, seeing you there, is like, duh, and he tries to cast his little Eldritch Blast again. Yeah, no, that's gonna hit her instead. For 2 points. This little useless the guy. Poor dude. Ulgan, what are you doing? She gets hit in the back. She's like, "Wah." She turns around. You see him in your hands. What are you doing, Ulgan?
To potion or not to potion? That is the question.
You can potion. You can run up and whack her too.
Yeah, let's take a poll from the audience. Do we potion or do we flail about on her, kneecaps?
Do it count as the audience?
Well, she's got me currently, so she won't attack you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's charge forward and flail about her kneecaps.
All right, you run forward, swinging your flail, trying to break them.
Now, as I understand it, I no longer have rage because I got knocked unconscious, right?
I think so, yes.
You
But you can
didn't
use your
have
bonus
rage
action to
anyway
rage again,
because
so
you
you got
used
Right.
all of it.
Yeah. So, yep. I like to rage.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
Oh, yay.
How do you want to finish her?
Oh, yeah!
Thank fuck for the...
First flail kneecaps her, knocks her to the ground, and second flail crushes her
Watch
skull.
out for the necromancer, by the way.
She's got Danier in her arms. One collapses, just crushes a knee. She falls kind of to the side, still grabbing him. The second swing smashes her in the face. Gore all over Danier. She falls to the side, still Danier in her arms. And as she falls, she transforms from this 10-foot tall purple pretty Zvart into a 10-foot tall freaking ugly as crap hag.
Wow, lovely.
Yeah. Danier, you're up close and personal, and getting the full force of the loveliness. As this transformation happens, the Zvarts that are still there lose it, screaming, running in all different directions. Two of them accidentally kill each other in the panic. They run out. You guys punt them on the way out. You see kind of behind this throne that was left behind, a large comb, very similar to the one that Danier has.
Let's burn that.
There's also a
Yes,
number of
agreed.
there's a number of other odds and ends and treasure here from over the ages, but because you guys have succeeded in this, I don't think you need it. They panic, they break off. Jug, who's basically been kind of sitting in the hallway waiting for you guys to let him know it's okay, peeks back out. You tell him it's fine. You go back up. Turns out Jug is upstairs is a good clone of Jug. They kind of becomes friends. Jug insists on taking them in, and they treat each other like brothers.
Oh my goodness.
Mops has a little
Aw.
bit of difficulty telling the difference between the two, but they figure it out how to work it. And Jug eventually gets his finances in order with 2 talented barbers working the shop. The folk of Silverymoon give you their eternal, the gratitude, and all the people whose lives were lost. The mannequin heads are identified as various. Some are current travelers, some are not. A couple of the wigs actually ended up being mimics, which didn't go super well for the people clearing them out. But it ended up being okay. With the threat of this hag gone, local authorities took responsibility for cleaning out and sanctifying the cellars and caverns and then sealed them off. A few other prisoners were found down there in various states of decay and despair, but beyond the Zwarts and the hag, there were no more lives lost. One of them was a mage in her own right, and she arranged for this prismatic coloring machine thing to be neutralized and then taken away. And you guys get rewards as thanks from everybody.
Yeah.
The barbers of Silverymoon resume business, and life slowly gets back to normal. And the other barber, now that there are 2 of Chu Jugs, just goes out of business and moves away entirely. The end.
I've got one more request. As a final total fuck you to the hag, can I use animate dead on her and resurrect her as my slave?
Oh yes,
As my
Of course.
slave, just so we can kill her again.
she's got this busted knee limp, and her head is kind of caved in, so she can't see super great, and she kind of keeps running into walls. But
Don't care.
yeah,
Don't care.
Can we
And
do
then you
that as
stab
part of
her
an annual
kill her
reenactment
again.
ceremony?
Okay, but guys, it's been fun. But see the sun rising. It's like I've got
Yes.
2 hours
Yes.
of sleep left, so I just
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
This took a bit
Damn
longer
it.
than I expected, but you guys waded through that last battle like crazy. I did not know if people would survive it, but I was like, you know what? We'll see what happens. And you
We did kind of go balls out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
a little bit.
It's like, yeah, fireball.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you guys so much.
That was cool. That was fun.
and
Yeah.
thank you very much as well for setting up this whole thing and
Oh, no problem.
being a amazing DM. Thank you.
Yeah,
I tried.
yeah. That was good.
And
And we'll talk
Great.
about the next time.
Oh,
Daylight.
yes.
Irelina, any last words before the stream ends? Same thing, Gamer Grant.
So long, and thanks for all the
Um,
fish.
Thank you for DMing a great adventure.
Yeah. Greetings and salad tongues.
Greetings and salad tongues indeed. To everybody watching, have a wonderful night and day. Sorry.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are in the world. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.